people seeking the truth, dropping in week after week. Yeah. Last 24, lay it out on the table. True crime experts peeling back every angle, looking for answers real exact. Pin the timeline, track by track. Bronx telling tales, she keeps us in line. Every little detail, every tiny sign. They break it all down at Dago's Cafe. Coffee on the counter, new case, same day. Welcome to the verdict room, where we're seeking the truth, no spin. Bringing you the facts so raw, let the evidence speak again. Exposing all the secrets, looking for the lies in the cracks. They throw revelations at your feet till the gavel comes down on the facts. Hey! Typically unique, but the method is clean. Red string on the board, map out every scene. Replay the last call, rewind the last text. If it don't add up, they on to what's next. Side eyes, alibis, tear them apart. Trail through the dark with a flashlight heart. Bronx on the story, keeping pace on the track. Every minute, every motive, never holding it back. Welcome to the verdict room, where we're seeking the truth, no spin. Bringing you the facts so raw, let the evidence speak again. Exposing all the secrets, looking for the lies in the cracks. They throw revelations at your feet till the gavel comes down on the facts. Week after week, you know the sea's still warm. Cold case heat brewing up in the storm. From the Bronx to the booth, they connect every clue. When the hammer hits the wood, you know the verdict is you. Welcome to the verdict room, where we're seeking the truth, no spin. Bringing you the facts so raw, let the evidence speak again. Exposing all the secrets, looking for the lies in the cracks. They drop the gavel one last time, and the truth keeps pulling you back. Yeah.
What up, friends?
What's happening? How are you?
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
Oh my god, you teleported.
Who
I did.
teleported?
I moved. I finally moved, so everybody can get out of my behind. It's done. It's over. Everything is fun. So,
Nice. How long
yes.
did it take you?
I'm not done. I just did this and got this set up and ready to go so we could do this because I wasn't missing this for nothing. So,
Oh, for nothing.
right. I hope you guys, everybody had a great day today.
Of course.
Yes, sir.
I did.
Good. It's going to get better because everybody welcome. And Miss Logan, Miss Kim, Mikey, all of you welcome. Probably one of our best shows we're going to have yet. We have the amazing Miss Julez from Julez True Crime Reactions with us today, this evening, I should say. I'm sorry.
Overly excited.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you for our moderators that are joining us as always. Again, thank you. Please and everybody, thank you, Mikey here for the last 24, our production manager for setting this up and making this happen. As always, we appreciate him very much. Our videographer Molly for giving us the intros and all the fun things we have and all the visuals for you guys and all that. So,
What are you laughing at, Kim? That VPN running for an hour?
yes. So,
I had no idea what I was
and
doing.
thank
I was
you.
in freak out mode earlier.
Right. Yeah, I caught that too so late, Kim. I'm so sorry. I was in the middle of putting mine in too, making sure it was on. So
We figured it out with Mike's help.
it's actually a good idea, like she was saying before we came out here. So
I think without Tomboy, I would have failed on that particular one.
Oh,
right.
I got it. So it worked out.
So guys, from everybody that's joining us, we appreciate you all very much. Tonight we're going to be, of course, having an Idaho 4 conversation with the amazing Miss Julez. She's always got some really great input on this. That being said, she's waited long enough. I'm going to go ahead and bring her up on stage with us and get this show started. Hello.
Hi, how y'all guys doing?
Hello.
Thank you for joining
Happy
us.
Easter weekend.
Oh, it
You
is,
too.
isn't it?
You
It
stop it.
y'all have
I've
plans?
been doing that too.
Do y'all have plans?
I'm just
Family.
working.
Family
Cooking tomorrow.
Yeah,
Cooking?
cooking. We got ham and chicken and all bunch of.
Yep.
Love
She's
me
been
some
in there all
ham.
day, so lots of different stuff. So yeah.
Oh, it's cooking right now. I'm sure your house smells great.
Yeah. It
I'd
does.
be hungry.
It's very.
Mm.
I am. I haven't eaten anything all day. Doing this
Oh, so
today,
that's
but
just torture then. You're just torturing
it is.
yourself.
Yeah, basically. And she'll walk by and she's like, "Look what I did," and show me something else. She made some kind of a chicken cheese ball appetizer type thing. It looks like a carrot, and it's the whole thing.
That's
I
cool.
was like, "I'll have some now." She was like, "No, you won't," and walk away.
That's
Okay.
wrong.
She always does
Teasing.
this to me. I smell
Carrot
these
shape,
things,
that's cool.
desserts, everything. It's crazy. So, yeah,
That
she's
is
very
cool.
creative in the kitchen. She always has been. So,
It's fun.
how have you been? It's been a while since we've been up like this.
Good.
Been a minute, I should
It's
say.
been a while.
and,
I think I don't think I've even been on another panel in like almost 2 years, probably.
I haven't seen you
Mhm.
do. I mean, I watch most of what you do. I haven't seen you do much of anything really, other than your own stuff,
Mm-mm.
which is amazing as always.
I just
And I
try
get
to,
why. I get
yeah.
why. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Plus,
went.
there's always just like so much. There's always
Yes.
so much already going on.
Yes.
There's always so much.
Yeah, but this show is we've come together, put together a great group of people here. These ladies are amazing. Mikey is awesome, and working with them is amazing. So I'm very grateful you accepted the invite.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
it's going to be an awesome show. I'm very
Yeah.
excited about this.
Yeah, I'm excited to
much
talk to you guys. I usually just talk to myself about this shit.
It is. That's fun, isn't it?
Mhm.
Being able to talk to somebody else for a change, right? I love
Yeah.
it.
The kids have already shut you out.
I mean, my 17-year-old listens to some stuff. My daughter is the one who's really interested in the case, but she's out there living like her little adult self. So she doesn't really hear like too much stuff. Now, my son, my oldest son, is like all about the Nancy Guthrie case, honestly, because when I showed him the security footage and stuff, he was like he was freaking out. He was asking me all kinds of questions. So like they pay attention to certain things, but they have their own taste of stuff for sure.
That is exactly. I can't believe Jesus.
She's 19.
Wow.
I can't believe that. I was just getting ready
Oh,
to.
I know.
What the hell?
When I caught that, I was like, wait a minute. Did she
Uh-huh.
leave home?
She's been doing her little. She's actually like on the way to the beach right now, go hang out
That
with her
is-
friends.
You have
That's
kids
Living her
that
life.
old. Like,
Oh yeah,
that is-
she's
no
19.
way.
Mhm.
That is awesome. Well, Caden's still at home, but he's going to be. He'll be 20 next month. So
Jesus Christ, dude. That's
right, I know.
crazy. Oh my God.
It doesn't seem like we've been out here that long, but we have been here
No.
that long.
I mean, we stay so busy with everything that's constantly coming in and out. It just goes by
Yeah.
fast.
Yes, it did. I remember the day that I got the little reminder from YouTube. Is today's your 4-year anniversary? I went,
Yeah, it's crazy,
What?
right?
Oh,
It
4
doesn't
wow.
feel
years.
like it. Mm-mm.
No way.
It's nuts.
It went by way fast, way fast.
Mhm.
So, as you've all met, Miss Logan from Bronx Tales True Crime, Miss Kim with Typically Unique. Of course, Mikey is the one that talked to you,
Mhm.
and he's got the last 24 that we're working on pushing because he doesn't do too much pushing. So
Well-
we're gonna push it.
Oh, so
I got
he's the
other-
one always pushing you to get it together and say what
Exactly,
guys, but he
yes.
won't push himself.
Yeah,
I got other
That's who I
direction.
am, honestly.
I got other direction with what I got going.
There you
he
go.
likes and I even
Uh,
the mods and I have spoken to him many times, and he's like, "Shut up! I like doing what I'm doing. Leave it
Yeah.
alone."
I'm doing
He
my own
likes
thing,
to be on
bro.
this side
Yeah.
of things. He likes this
Mhm.
side of things. So either way, we appreciate him because he's awesome and he makes these things happen. So, so welcome in all of you, everybody in the chat. Looks like we have 340 people in the chat as of right now, and 39 likes. What is up with that, y'all?
What
Come
the
on,
heck?
let's make it match. And it looks like Michelle F dropped a membership already. Thank you, Michelle, for that. And Living Dead Girl received it. Congrats. And welcome to the
You
star.
can see that?
You don't
You
see
have to
it?
go to the studio to see it.
Yeah, it's on the YouTube studio. I have
No wonder.
multi-monitors. so that
Okay, yeah,
can
I
see
just
it.
usually
Yeah.
just keep StreamYard open. Okay, well, that's good to
I-
know.
I've always taught to run them both, and I've never done it any other way. Unfortunately, it works though.
Yeah.
Either way. So thank you all for joining us, and you're running this too, aren't you, Jules?
Yeah.
With your welcome.
Yeah,
to you.
Logan told me how to do it because I had no idea. No clue.
I was gonna say I didn't think you'd ever done that before. So yeah.
I knew I overshot that question.
Yeah,
Well-
she helped me get it together.
Welcome to the true crime reactions community as well. I know we all kind of share some of the same communities, but some of us don't. And there are some people that aren't. So we're welcoming all of you in, and we're grateful to have you all here with us today. Make sure, guys, again, if you have not yet, and if you haven't, what are you doing with your life? That you click that link right there and you jump over there. Subscribe to this channel. She has 2 channels. She has Jules True Crime Reactions, and she also has their original channel, which was Jules of All Trades. You still have that up and running, right?
Yeah, but that one's just like a me channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, either
It's
Do
way.
just
not
like
go
a-
there
like-
hungry.
Yeah. I put like food.
Yeah.
I cook in places. I take the kids. It's just like it's just a me channel. Yeah,
That's
little
awesome.
thing.
That's awesome. Well, make sure that you at least are subscribed to this one. Hit the notifier. You don't want to miss nothing she puts out. As I always tell you guys, almost daily in here. We drop your link in here constantly. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys follow everything she puts out. You don't want to miss it. Again, Jules is one of the main reasons why we've gotten a lot of the things that we've gotten in this community on this case, as far as the audios go with the 1112 camera footage, so on and many,
bro.
yes,
Dealing
many
with that
things.
was such bullshit, and we're still dealing with it. I still don't have any answers for the muted sections. It's just a bunch of games.
It is. It's a big game. That's what I call it. Let me ask you something, and this is, if you don't want to answer, you don't have to at all. And I know Jules's community, for those of you that aren't familiar and those of you that aren't in it, they went together and they put together I don't know, an account of sorts per se, and took care of a lot of the FOIA stuff that she's gotten. What do you think that you guys in the community, Jules, have spent on this so far, getting everything you've gotten from Moscow?
I mean, at the end of everything, just the 1112 footage was like $1,500.
This is it. See, that's what I was talking about, you guys.
Because they gave us a smaller amount at first because she forgot the 1255 to 220, because she had already quoted me like it was like 1470 something or 1490 something, and then when we got it, I ended up having to pay her less, and then we found out the reason why is because this ginormous chunk of footage was missing, and so we ended up having to pay the rest afterwards. And I fought them on that too. I was like, this was y'all's mistake. Y'all quoted me this price based off the entire freaking amount. If y'all were Walmart, if y'all were a business, y'all wouldn't be making me pay this. Y'all would be eating it up because this is bullshit. It didn't matter. I talked to the city attorney and everything, and they just played stupid the whole time.
Which is what they seem to. That's part of their game. That's
And it's
their
just like
game.
this last one where we got the text messages between Blaker and Dylan and Blaker and Bethany. That was $75 for 2 screenshots that don't even have labels.
For screenshots.
Still
Holy
there?
crap.
And then
What
the
did
knife
they
sheath
sound like
information was $200 for 3 photos and 2 snippets of an email, because out of 685 emails, those are the only ones we were allowed to have. Yeah, they charge outrageous prices for nothing. It's time that they're taking to remove the information from you. It doesn't matter how big the file is. What you're paying for is the hourly wages for the 3 or 4 entities that are removing the information. You're literally paying for them to keep secrets.
It's extortion,
Mhm.
in my opinion. They're extorting people. First of all, I don't believe in how they're saying it's legal to do this if you're not a resident of this area. I think it's ridiculous that they're able to do this.
Just the fact that there's different stipulations at all is stupid.
Exactly. Yes. 100%. So
Can I
pricing.
ask a quick question about that? Have they
Please
told
do.
you why that video footage is missing? Like, what did they say about that with the 1112?
No, it's not missing. It's got no sound.
It's the
Oh,
audio.
that part.
Yeah. Like at first they couldn't find it. That was the original story, is that it wasn't in the folder where the rest of it was for some reason. So Amber and Tim Smaldridge, the guy in like the IT department, ended up getting together, and she called me back and she was like, oh, me and Tim looked and we found it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, why wasn't it all in the same folder? Why are things in different folders? Why are we so unorganized? Why are you telling me something's missing whenever it's just in a different location?
Which then
Blows
it's
my
taking
mind.
more time for them to
Mhm.
find stuff, so then we're getting charged more.
Yep.
But
And then
so
Tim Smaldridge had to come in, so that was more fees too.
it's so suspicious that the sound is muted. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like how do we have that muted, but everything else has sound, so much sound that it's like garbling over each other, but the portions where everyone's coming home and we can hear things, it's magically, I know.
Yeah. Right.
But this is
Right.
my thing. This is my thing about that. If you look at the reports, and you guys probably already know this, but if you look at the reports, you can see that Maury's dumbass didn't do what he was supposed to do until the 19th. He played all these games thinking he had to be super technical and take the Wi-Fi router with him to Moscow and connect all these things. He didn't have to do any of that. At the end of the day, he downloaded the app on his work cell phone, logged in with the same credentials he was given on that first day, but refused to use, and then downloaded everything. On top of that, all these people had access to it. They got a phone. He got contacted as somebody was going out and taking the camera off because him remote viewing the footage was being interrupted as the camera was being removed. So anybody could have gone in there and logged in and muted that section. And also in that report, the person who called him about that interruption is also the person who told him about SV1. He mentioned
Surprise.
4 o'clock
That's
call.
insane.
And that's the first time the car is mentioned in any of the reports was this guy contacting Mallory. And they just went with that.
Wow.
Crazy stuff.
That is nuts. Absolutely. So real quick, somebody dropped a super chat and said that they have been timed out over there for 2 years and to see if you could unblock them or whatever it was. Sky Blue Eyes asked that question, I guess. I don't know whose channel that's
3
coming
years.
from. That's in one of the other ladies' channels. I don't know who it
I
is.
don't even
But
recognize that name.
I don't know, but I'm passing the message along. Thank you to
Okay,
whoever's channel
I
that
guess I'll
came
go
from.
see. I don't know who that is. I don't recognize
No.
that name.
Right? Nah, I get it. I've done the same thing over here.
I mean, I've blocked a lot of assholes.
Yes,
Like,
we have.
they're blocked for a reason.
Guy.
I'm just
What are you
Yeah.
an
saying.
asshole, guy?
Yeah, if
I
you go
mean-
into my block list, I was going through it the other day. There's like 500 and some odd people in that block list. It's insane. I was like, I can't believe half of these people were even in here. So
They come in here. I mean, some people come in here saying the most outrageous, outlandish things
Yeah.
while telling us that we're the bad guys. Like, I'm sorry. Like, y'all are out of y'all's
Yep.
minds.
yeah,
Crazy.
we've all had a couple trolls in here. I seen
Mhm.
one asking about that whole bullshit from before with the grub truck. So yeah, welcome.
Mhm.
Oh, hey,
Crazy
Pokey.
stuff.
Whoa, good to see you, Pokey. So, one of the big things I did want to talk about, unless, of course, ladies first, Miss Kim or Logan, any questions before I go ask Miss Jules my question?
We'll let you start it off, Dago. It's your
Well,
world.
gee.
We're living in it.
That's
Oh,
right.
not really. This is your world. I'm just bouncing
Look,
around.
You
So-
stop it.
One of the big things, one of the best shows you've had recently, Jules, and I was all over that. Of course, I was talking about it over here too, but with the recent, what the hell was it? I can't remember what you got, but you were looking for something and you realized that the Gilbertson
Oh, yeah.
report was just missing, and
They
and
said
the-
that it's not there, that Brett Payne's the one who ended up writing the report.
it just
Because
doesn't
I
exist.
doubled down. Yeah, I doubled down and I emailed them like ISP when they like tell you that they have your request, you could email them back the same way that you can Moscow. So I sent them an email and I wanted to make sure that they understood what I was asking for. And they doubled down and said, he never wrote a report. Brett Payne ended up writing the report. What? So why is Brett Payne referencing a report that he
Thank
didn't
you.
read? In the report he's writing about taking the information down to Megan Marshall for the freaking probable cause affidavit. Like what?
And says at the bottom of his report, for more questions, refer to Gilbertson's report. And
Yeah.
what are you doing, bro?
But that's not even the most important section of
No.
this. The whole reason why I even ended up finding that out is because the pocket recording that Gilbertson took is magically missing too. And so
That
is
was
the
my next.
transcript magically freaking missing too. So somebody made a good suggestion, and I wouldn't have thought about this because it is missing.
Uh-huh.
They said to FOIA the chain of custody
Huh.
because it's in the damn report. So
Yeah.
Good
somebody has
idea.
to have done something with it. So I'm going to FOIA ISP and Moscow. I don't give a shit that ISP told me they sent everything to Moscow. I don't care. Show me it on a paper.
Thank you.
I want the chain of custody for the recording and the transcription because somebody sat there and transcribed that. And usually it's not a cop. For a while as a side gig, I was a transcriptionist online with a company. And I listened to court hearings and interrogations and interviews and heard shit I probably shouldn't have. So I know somebody is sitting there getting paid to transcribe that. They have a name.
Right.
They have the amount of money they paid that person. I want that information. So we are not allowed to hear the interview in Pennsylvania because the FBI said so. That was Amber's verbiage. Exactly. The FBI said so. Okay.
Right.
And in order to even bother, you have to subpoena the court, do all kind of crazy stuff. And this is my thing. I'm not going to waste my little bitty old time trying to fight Pennsylvania for this by myself when
Of course.
EWU, that's been around for a decade and has all these resources and all this money, can't get shit from them either. What am I going to be able to do? So I'm really hoping something happens with the lawsuit, but it won't even do anything to Brian Koberger's interview because Moscow's telling me they don't even have a copy of it. So if Moscow ends up having to not be so stupid with their redactions, it's not going to change anything with Pennsylvania. EWU is going to have to sue Pennsylvania on completely different, like separate lawsuits.
This is insanity.
I've never seen something so redacted.
No.
It's not governmental. That's not governmental. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, right. Well, they did label, you know, it's oh my God. Okay, just slipped my complete mind. The label they put on it, I talk about it all the time, you guys. The word I'm looking for, not Homeland Security.
Homeland worked on it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but they keep claiming that.
The something investigation. The
no, it's it's
National security.
Yeah, there's a national security label on this, but it's still it's not. It shouldn't be anything like this, and they're redacting everything. I mean, things that are like, she said blank, that blank, blank, and then blank, and then they'll leave somebody's name in there that shouldn't be there, and then they'll, you know what I mean? It doesn't make any damn sense what they're doing.
Yeah, like in the one we went over earlier in the Kelvin guys, like they're blocking out Maisie's name, Hunter's name. Like, what are we doing? Right. These are players that we've known about for 3.5 years now. Why are we doing that?
In the case
that they're adults.
Bingo. And the case is closed. Why is anything redacted at this point?
Yeah, that's the part that I don't understand. And if they really didn't want us digging so far and asking a million questions, then they should just give us everything and quit being so shady.
Agreed.
Like, they cause it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kay Schmidt. I didn't even see that.
That is awesome.
I appreciate the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you.
I can't tell who got them, Jules, because it's only on your chat side. But congrats, and wow, that's awesome, Kay. Very awesome.
That is awesome. Thank you so much.
I often wonder, are we wasting our time FOIAing things anyways? Because if there is something that's a big boom and they know we'd find out about it if we got it, are they purposely holding it back and not giving it to us?
Yeah.
Probably. And lying to us about the reason why. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Every other depth that you go, they sit there and they stop and they're like, oh, fuck, are we really going to get to this point? What are we going to do?
Problem. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with certain things because I know that they are like not wanting us to find out everything because there's a reason why they're doing everything that they're doing.
Absolutely.
So I know that they sit back and have powwows about this stuff. It's just like now they've changed the like amount of time that we have to wait in between like paying for the FOIA and actually getting the information so that they can notify the families, which is fine. But the way that it used to do, regardless of what Steve has ever tried to say with his lying ass, I know for a fact from another parent of one of the victims specifically that as soon as we get the files, they also get the files.
I've heard that. Yeah. They've
always gotten it. As soon when Amber's sitting down and giving us our information, the families are also getting the Zen2 links. They're also getting the information. There was never a time where they were ever refused, but they also were not getting anything unless we FOIA'd the information, which I found was complete and utter bullshit. They should have already had all of this stuff. The public getting the information is one thing. The families not getting information until the public pays for it. That's crackhead. Like, why is it like that? That's not fair. Regardless of how I feel about the Consalvases, that's bullshit.
Agreed.
That's bullshit.
Yes. Yeah.
So
and
now
Holly,
it's like a week. It's like a week now that we have to wait.
Yeah, absolutely. Say that again. Go ahead, Kim.
Sorry about that. I just wanted to say thank you to Holly.
And she asked, if we can make sure to discuss how Kelvin literally tried to say this was planned and not a random person. Ellie steered him off. Tomboy charm. I think the frats had no choice there.
That's true.
They're here. Yeah. Thank you. Again, Holly.
He even mentioned AM, which is wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I went over that yesterday too, and I thought the big deal about that was him, but he actually stood strong on the no, that somebody knew who this was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they knew the layout. They knew that. And he said somebody could stumble out at 3 a.m. And I found it interesting that he specifically
that's the original timeline.
Yep. Bingo. Everybody's on the same page, I can see.
Yeah, that was a wild ass interview.
Yes,
it
very
was.
much. Very
and the fact that he specifically talked about that he thought it was strange that none of the girls were SA'd. And to
Yeah.
me,
Oh,
it just
no,
said
no.
how he viewed them.
The word he used is what threw me the hell off. He used the word mutilated.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why would you say it like that?
Yeah.
And then the
Takes me
way that
back
he
to the
said it
beginning.
was because there wasn't any mutilation. He knew the person wasn't in the area anymore. And I'm like, what the frick does that have to do? What? What is that thinking process?
Yeah.
How do you know that? That's that. Yeah. Bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yep.
I don't know what to think.
Those
About
tidbits.
These are getting better and better. I knew that when the Stigma Chi interviews finally were released, that there was going to be something in there. I knew there was something.
Yeah, Connor has 8. Connor Foy had 8 of them, and so we've gotten half of them.
Yes,
so
I
far.
can't wait for the rest.
Yep.
I know that there's going to be more interesting pieces of information that come out for sure. And I
Mhm.
still feel, I don't know how everybody else does. I say this all the time. I don't know what it is, and it's the gut feeling thing that there's something that's about to happen. Something is coming down the road. Everybody's like, "Oh, you've been saying this, and
It
you've been
needs to.
saying that." I feel like it's going to.
It
There's
has
too
to.
many weird things going on, and things being exposed, and things being hidden, and like you're talking about now, we have missing recordings and missing transcripts and so on and so forth, and it's just getting more and more and more. And there's something that's going to happen. I feel. I pray it's not just wishful thinking, but my stomach is telling me. It's not my head. It's my stomach.
I mean, I just don't see how there couldn't. Like, we sit back and you look at everything. And by now, with all of these forensic reports, all these documents, everything that's come out, like, not a literal single freaking thing points to Kohberger.
Nothing.
And again, like, there's a reason why in my intro, I have the pieces from Thompson. How do you say that kind of stuff in court as the prosecutor? How do you stand up during the plea hearing and say, we can't put him in the area because of the phone towers? No shit, we've been saying that for years.
Yeah.
We can't directly connect him to the house. No shit, we've been saying that for years.
And then he goes off.
Sits there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. And then he goes off
frustrated.
the whole stalking thing, and they're still running that damn narrative. And
it's in the freaking WSU lawsuit. That freaking lawsuit pisses me off so bad because none of it's honest. None of it is honest. We don't know the true facts when it comes to the filings with the students. I'm hoping we get depositions. I'm hoping it goes to a jury. I'm hoping we can go over it. But when they're talking about stalking, when they're talking about the handprints and the face print on the window, we already know that has nothing to do with anything. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
How are they just allowed to file lies? That's the part that I don't understand.
They've been doing it for 3+ years. 3+ years.
It.
That's insane. I've never in my life, and I hate this case. I say it
every
day.
Yes, I say it every day. I hate this case.
Yeah, I do. I hate this case, but I can't walk away from it because it's the most insane thing I've ever seen, and I hope to God will ever see in my life. Honestly, thank you, Crud Dog.
Yeah, I try to cover. I mean, I do cover other cases, but then I don't get to continue covering those cases to keep them up to date like I do this one because this one is so constant and it's literally right here.
Always.
You know what's interesting, as you had said, as this is pushing forward, you feel like something's going to come out. And what's real interesting, and I've said this before, I don't know if Julez heard this, but the blood guy that was on Birdie's that Christy talked to, Gonzalez. Do you know that, Julez?
Jeffrey
I don't watch
Gentry.
him. I don't watch Birdie. I've heard about that guy. I probably will go in and clip the pieces that he said because he's apparently said some good stuff. I just don't watch that channel, so I don't know what he talked about.
So supposedly,
this guy talked to Christy.
Supposedly she contacted him. Yeah.
Oh.
After.
So what was said that got her attention?
After he was on Birdie's?
So he was on one other show before Birdie's, and I don't know where exactly it came from, whether it was one or the other, but it was within those same 2 days that's where she.
So she has questions that he ousted by her watching that, obviously. And if you have these questions, then just ask them. Stop making the claims that you're making. That if you're having questions,
that's why they piss me off.
That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense.
The answer of what she asked, right?
What do you know the specifics about what she?
Go ahead, Logie.
Asked him about.
What did he say?
I think that she was just kind of asking his intake or idea, whatever happened at the crime scene. I think that they do have questions, but they're hiding behind this identity of they have the right person. But I don't think they actually think that they have the right person.
If they admit it out loud, they can't get money from WSU. They're not going to give away a paycheck that big.
They're going to CrimeCon.
Yeah, they're going to CrimeCon. They went on a Puerto Rican vacation, boys trip as the house is being demolished. They didn't go to Moscow when they heard their daughter might have been shot up by a freaking by her niece. Like they're just a shit family altogether.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna mind on that. And then finding out about Samantha, nah, you get no grace from me. I feel sorry for you. I know you lost your daughter, but I feel sorry for the kids and the rest of the family. Like you two can kiss my ass.
And
their other daughter. That
Samantha
Lydia doesn't claim.
Right.
Yeah,
Samantha
Lydia.
was here one night. She jumped on here, and I feel so bad for her.
Me too.
It's
And
absolutely
you would
insane.
think after losing a daughter that Steve would stop being a piece of shit and try to amend that relationship, because it's really obvious that Samantha's issues when it comes to her sobriety problems that she's very open about stem a shit ton from Steve constantly just trying to be a fake ass Bible thumper instead of being a father.
Yep.
I don't
Tell
like
us
that.
tell us how you really feel.
They know exactly how I feel.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. It's sad. It is. It's really sad.
Yeah.
And you can hear it when she talks. When Sam was talking that one night, I'm like, it I didn't even know what to say to her. You know what I mean? You don't really know how to respond
Yeah, it's
to that.
sad.
It's that.
And then for her to constantly hear them call Maddie another daughter and she's actually a daughter, and
Yeah. Where
It's
do
just not
you
that's
fair.
rough.
where do you think, Jules, that maybe the possibility of the disconnect became between Kaylee and them?
Oh, you mean with yeah, that's a good question, Mike.
Yeah.
The when
There
they
was a
stopped
fight.
talking.
There was a fight right before Olivia's wedding that Christy brought up on Interview Room where Maddie and Kaylee like weren't talking anymore. And I sort of feel like maybe that could have been where it started. But I know that when it comes to Kaylee not really telling her family a lot, we know that it at least goes as far back as like September.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to ask next. If you knew like a rough time frame of maybe when Maddie and Kaylee had this.
It had to have been right before Olivia's wedding.
That's what I've always
That's the
been told
timeline that Christy pretty much put out there. And the way that she put it was that like Maddie was scared to even confront Kaylee to try to apologize because she felt like Kaylee was just going to punch her in the face straight up without even hearing her. And I'm like, damn girl, what'd you do?
There's been rumors. There was rumors about a kiss that happened in Mexico, blah blah blah, so on and so forth.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
in a
know.
police report. No, that's in a police report. It doesn't say who it was. It's just like, I mean, I don't know if it has anything to do with anything.
Right.
But there's definitely some sort of disconnect because they didn't help her with the Range Rover. The grandparent did it. She ended up doing that all on her own. And in September, when she's telling her friends at that lunch that she's got a stalker, everyone in her family is saying that they didn't know shit about it. Well, obviously, she's not comfortable talking to you. She's trying to get as far away from you as possible to go to Texas, last minute career change, trying to get the frick away. Obviously, there's something there. And they get confronted about it all the time and they want to argue about it. But the proof was already out there that y'all weren't communicating in certain ways. Like we've already seen it.
When she went home for that period of time, she was staying at her aunt's house. She wasn't even staying at home.
Well, she wasn't. Yeah, but she was also just visiting. They lied about that situation too. The Consalvases are the ones who brought all that bullshit out about how she wasn't living there. She had moved out, and now they're over there on the Facebook page saying, "I don't know who started the rumor about her moving out. You freaking crackheads, you did.
Yeah.
What do you mean?"
And it's like,
Get on my nerves.
And I made notice of that not too long ago. Like everything she owned was still in that room.
Yes,
all of her clothes, everything was there. She had not moved anything out, including her personal, like girly stuff, makeup, perfume, this, that. It's all there. You didn't move out.
What Dylan and Bethany, and this is another just really strange freaking thing. Dylan and Bethany are the only ones that told us the possibility that Kaylee wasn't leaving.
Yes.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
another semester, and I'm like, okay, that's crazy. Why are you the only one saying that?
But yet they couldn't say if like she had a password on her phone. Like there's some shit that's just so weird.
There is some very strange.
My bad to cut you off.
That's another question too, Jules. Do you have any thoughts on that? Like why
her phone
changed her major?
Oh,
sorry, Kim. Go ahead.
Both her changing her major and why her phone couldn't be extracted.
Yeah, I don't know. Olivia made a TikTok something about the reason why she couldn't, and they try to say that it was COVID, but that's bullshit because all kinds of accommodations were made for the pandemic to where people could continue to do what they needed to do, and everything was online, so there's no reason why she couldn't have gotten those credits.
Yeah,
doing it that way. So I don't know. I don't know. It's very strange. I mean, people can change their minds. Let me just preface with that. You can change your mind and do whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. But when you go from wanting to be a teacher to suddenly you're in like IT and you even admit that you had like no real knowledge of it and you're going into it just like quickly and you're trying to get out of there.
Yeah, it was a very weird change. If you go to which my daughter did the same thing, but hers was for a different reason. She went from teaching to IT. She works in IT now. She graduated with a degree, but this was like boom, out of nowhere.
Yeah, like last minute. And it feels like it's almost around the same time that her and well, I know that we're supposed to believe that her and Jack broke up because she was moving to Texas. But if you go back and you look at the dates of some of the stuff that Olivia posted in way of her like helping her try to get that permanent position, honestly, those dates don't add up. It feels like the breakup happened right before she decided that she was going to go in for that full-time position.
I think something happened, Jules. Truly and honestly, I think something happened. Something went down. I think and this is just my opinion, and it's pure speculation, folks. As we state all the time, everything we talk about, if it's not based on documents, is pure speculative theory based on things we know and hear. So I think something may have happened. I think it's possible that Kaylee may have gotten in some trouble. Okay. It's weird if you put everything together. The major or her, changing that, leaving the sorority, that happened too. The breakup with Jack. There's a whole bunch of things that happened at one time. And then
disconnect with Maddie, the family.
Disconnecting from the family, from Maddie, from all of that. All of these things happen roughly within the same realm of period of time. And I wonder, you know what I mean? And then we hear down the road, and this is how my brain works. Then we hear this there could have been, one of the victims could have been a CI, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So I started wondering if any of these things could have all been linked together. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And it's all speculation, folks, but
I don't know. I don't even know what to think about it. It seems like everybody that was in that house, they were doing so much of their own thing. And it's really difficult. It's really difficult to try to even try to pinpoint.
Right.
Down to the reason about Ethan, this guy what was he doing? I think you said this the other day, Logan, was he playing video games? When was he doing his homework or whatever?
Yeah. He wasn't.
I don't know if
freshman year, he wasn't doing anything. Sorry.
Thank you for that. Thank you for the 20 voice unshaken. I just saw that whenever it popped up. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, apparently, according to this dude's interview, Ethan was dumb and lazy. He literally said, not the smartest, not the hardest working. And I paused and I was like, what the frick did he just say?
Yeah.
What? That was wild. And he's like, yeah, every day at noon, he wanted to play Fortnite. And I'm like, what?
Was that Xbox or whatever at his apartment? And why is the apartment non-existent? Because it clearly wasn't in Xana's room, because what did you say yesterday, Logan? There wasn't even a TV in a room.
Yeah, there was nothing in there.
And why is his apartment not in the document?
I didn't know that until today. Tells you how much I know.
Wait, say that again?
You can play Fortnite on your phone, apparently.
What? I didn't know that either.
That's what I said. I was like, my kids play that shit every day. I didn't know that. But yeah, I looked it up because people were talking about it in there. But Home Dude said Xbox.
Yeah,
that's what that's what he was saying. And it must have been either at the Stigma Chi or at
he was kicked out. No, he wasn't there.
I'm saying the year before, possibly.
Oh,
if they were referencing him then when he first rushed the first time, his first freshman year.
Yeah.
No, he was already out because.
Yeah, he had to repeat freshman year. But you also caught, and I don't know how true or accurate this guy's statements are, honestly, let's be so serious, but he made a statement about another apartment. Because he said something about Ethan's original apartment, and then he says, I never went to this one either. So there was two. Ethan apparently lived singly by himself in an apartment.
Is there a Phillips Road around? Is that one of the streets? Because I swear I thought I heard him in the interview say that.
Or was it Phillips 76? Was that the gas station that was
the A&W?
Talking about Ethan's apartment.
Yeah.
That's near the 76.
I've never heard of that one. I was going to look on Google Earth or something.
The gas station that goes down Taylor.
Yeah.
And then he hits 95
frozen.
is the A&W. And as far as I've understood, it's an apartment complex right behind the A&W. But they're not giving us any specifics. So I don't know how to FOIA that. Besides just verbalizing that I want to know if they did anything with Ethan's apartment. But we don't have an address for it. So I don't know how far that's going to go.
Explain to me why his apartment's not in any of the reports, documents, anything. It's never been talked about either.
Because everything about Ethan has been completely secretive because Stacy Chapin stepped in day one.
I wonder who
That's
runs that
ridiculous.
complex. Like, is it university run or is it like separate management company?
If it's all the way down there off of behind the gas station, I would imagine they're regular
Separate.
apartments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if you go to the management company and at least get like dates of what was what. And
Thank you,
I don't know.
Sluther.
Well, see, that's another thing, though. Nothing was in Ethan's name. His dad said in an interview they paid it in full for 6 months.
Thank you for saying that. That's what I was going to ask earlier, and I forgot. So, in one of the interviews, I can't remember. I think it was the first one, the longest one we watched with Conrad Harrison, I think it was. Okay. They asked him specifically about money. Okay. And they redacted a long ass portion of whatever he was explaining. He goes, no, he would just, and then blank, it's out. And so Van Leuven comes back in and says, well, did anybody else in the fraternity have issues with that? I'm thinking, what the hell would you ask that question for? You know what I'm talking about, Kim? Do you remember that when we were, I think you were up there with me.
I know what you're saying. It's like they were trying to say,
Who didn't have an issue? Are you talking about him interviewing the Sigma Chi's?
Yeah. Remember when Van Leuven was talking to, I think it was Conrad Harrison. It was that one. And he said something about, how did Ethan pay for all these things? Where did he get his money from? Did he have a job? The guy said, no, he was always home, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, well, when it comes to money, and then they redacted the entire thing. And when they came back on, he said, did anybody else in the fraternity have any issues with that? And I was like, wait a minute. What are you talking about?
That's weird.
I think
it's
he's
very
talking about Jim and Stacy because every time they talk about Jim and Stacy, they redact their names and everything. So I think he was saying that his parents, Jim and Stacy, were paying and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I don't know what else.
Why would anybody in the frat have an issue with that, Logan? That's weird.
Maybe as
I don't know.
I mean,
rich
that's
kid kind of
crazy.
thing. Like, did somebody have a problem that like he was like is looked at as like a rich
but
kid?
let's be serious about how many of them are there like that, though.
All right, Kim, you're frozen, hon.
Yeah, so that's the one that I'm going to try to go live later on tonight and listen to. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's the
Can you
one
hear
you're
me
going to
now?
blow up over. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you. Your photos or your videos just froze.
That is
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'd be no reason to ask that question.
Oh, right. And so there were people in my chat yesterday that were talking about gambling. They were talking about like OnlyFans, stuff like that. And I was like, okay, maybe. You know what I mean? It's weird.
I mean, I know a lot of people have talked about the OF thing.
Yeah.
I just feel like by now, if that was accurate, then we would have
There
seen
you go.
something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
That's not in the cards for those
yeah,
kids.
I just don't.
Well, him. That and gambling.
I just don't feel like that is the case. I feel like if that was true, somebody would have leaked something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like early on, like those faces are so recognizable. Like everything about this case is so everywhere, and we've literally had nothing. Not even somebody trying to fake it. So I just don't.
Right.
I just don't even think that that's as serious. I know a lot of people get into it. I just don't think that's the case.
I did not put him in the OnlyFans thing. Blew me away with him, but the gambling thing, I was like, okay, maybe, but I don't know. I could see like what Logan said. More of his parents, they furnished him with an apartment when he got booted. They did that, and they are well off. We know that.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it makes sense to me. I just to ask the question afterwards,
the question
just like
throws that off. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And I'll be honest with you. I'll say this too. I didn't say it right out front, but I have a huge issue with Van Leuven doing these Sigma Chi interviews, being Sigma Chi alumni. You can hear it when he's talking to him. I'm like, what?
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he was Sigma Chi too.
Like a brother.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
conflict of interest. That should not have happened.
He does relate because he goes, oh, well, I remember when even down to like the locking the doors.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, dude, we had a Pink Floyd." Yeah,
I had no idea.
He was talking about the rooms, and he's like, "Well, when I was there, we had a Pink Floyd thing that was up on the wall. It was up there forever. Is that still there?" And I'm like, "Whoa, come on now."
Maybe that's the reason why to me, it should be a conflict of interest, but maybe that's the reason why they put him with them.
even down to like homie was talking about he was on the lower 40 in his swank room by himself, and he's like, "Oh man, you
We
had
only had 2-man. We never had 1-man rooms.
yeah."
They're laughing and joking, and I'm like, okay, if you're gonna say that, that's fine. You know, put them in there maybe to keep them comfortable, but nah, I don't like that.
Yeah, it seems like it's too friendly.
Yeah,
I don't know if Kim brought this up. Somebody brought this up. I don't know, but I swear there's a point where something happened. Somebody said something. It's like the kid was like almost reading off it like a script, and he just it completely flipped at some point. So, I don't know. There's some interesting tidbits in that.
And then they were pushing real hard, Jules. I don't know if you caught it in the one. They were pushing real hard on Delta. They were blaming shit on Delta and all that. So I'm like, and the cop was agreeing with them.
They're talking about at Delta that was dealing.
You think
I
so?
think it's Mason Bangaman. That's who I think it is.
And
He's a
that's
Delta,
Kaylee's
Delta.
ex, isn't it? Like the guy Kaylee was
That was
ex.
Dana's ex.
Dana's
Yeah.
ex. Okay.
I think that's who it
That
is, because the
makes-
guy said he has a recognizable face. He said he was like knocking on their windows and doing weird things and acting crazy. And
Yep.
yeah,
That's an
It
interesting.
was interesting too because all of our focus has always been on Sigma Chi, and then we hear these interviews, and I feel like now it could be just them like trying to push the blame somewhere else, but
Yeah.
I feel like all this information is coming out about the delts. And
Right.
then I heard, is it true that that trip they took to Mexico, was that a Delta trip? There were a lot of, like, I think their fraternity sponsored that. I heard that somewhere. I don't
The one
remember.
with Maddie kissing somebody?
yeah.
Yes, that
Probably.
trip. I think it
Probably.
was a Delt sponsored trip.
Because
Mhm.
remember the Riley Strain case when he ended up in the water, that was a fraternity brother trip too. So
Mhm.
yeah, probably it probably was.
Yeah.
Now the thing about the deltas is interesting. Do you guys remember I don't remember if it was on the Amazon series or if it was a report that we read, but I know that we've heard this. At some point we were told that Xana was supposed to go over to another fraternity after the Sigma Chi party to meet with some other frat guys. And so I
Right.
always felt like, why the hell is Xana going to meet a whole bunch of frat dudes? Like, why was that even a thing? Why isn't it, both of them going over there and hanging out or whatever? But they never said
That-
did he say the frat? I don't remember if he said the frat, but so I don't remember. I could be wrong in like, it might not be the delts, but I also
Right.
don't remember who he said. So I'm wondering if that's where she was supposed to have gone that night, but he said somehow or another, it just didn't happen.
Yeah, Karmic said, yeah, where's that doc at, Jules? That's the Tri-Cities one.
What Tri-Cities?
Whatever you just said. Maybe beforehand.
Oh, about the frat thing with Xana. I don't know if it was a document or if it was the Amazon series where they had some of the frat guys talking. I think that might have been it, but I don't think it was Barry Ocha.
It was a frat.
Said it. I think it was
Definitely a
another guy. Yeah, I think it was another one of the dudes on there.
Got you.
So I
Couldn't
just
wait
felt
for it.
that was weird.
Definitely a
seems
lot of
weird.
strange things. If you think back to when we first started in on this, as to where we're sitting right now, this is nuts. Like all these things that it's obvious that we're here for a reason. We were told for 3 years, and I know you know this because we've done this together. Told for 3 years we're insane, we're crazy. That Brian did this no matter what, so and so forth, blah 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 blah. And here we sit now.
And
They've
none of them
challenged.
can prove it. None of them can actually point to anything besides, oh, there's a plea. Yeah, you know how many people have pled guilty when they were innocent because they didn't want to die or because they
Yep.
were threatened? Like, look what
Bingo.
look what just came out about the Austin yogurt shop murders.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that the guy that they originally like first talked to was just like straight up like, yep, it was us and we did it like this and blah 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 whatever. And I'm just like, and all this time it was bullshit.
Yep.
All this time it was crap. The
happens.
human mind is crazy.
Yeah, you ain't lying about that one. That's a fact. Yes.
So many
Absolutely.
people plead. I mean, even some people in chat said they've had to like plead out to smaller charges of
Yeah.
things because they would be threatened with their kids and shit like that. And I'm like, yeah, I believe it.
Oh, yeah.
We've
I
seen
believe
that.
it.
I've seen a lot of people say that in here. Guys, there's almost 900 people in here, and we have, if you don't mind, we have 97 likes. Come on, y'all. Make sure to
Oh,
hit that
come
like
on,
button.
guys.
Hit whatever channel you're viewing from. Please hit the like button on every channel and show that love,
Oh,
guys. Please and thank you.
all of the channels.
All
All
right,
of
so
them.
can we get into some
Yes.
like nitty gritty evidence stuff? All right, Jules, I got a question for you.
Go for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna
All right.
run real quick. I can still hear you. I'll be right back. Go ahead, Logan.
Okay, from the very beginning of this case to where we are at today, I know there's a bajillion pieces of evidence, but if you can think of just 3 off the top of your head that drive you absolutely wild, what would they be? Or that stand out to you? Like, how could they look at this and say Brian did this with this piece of evidence? Do you have a couple that you can speak on?
The one that pisses me off, I think, the most after getting the ISP forensic records is the fact that we are now seeing that there is a resubmission mark-off next to the swab where his DNA was found. And there's no paper trail. It doesn't tell us why. It doesn't tell us what happened with the other one. We just know the rumors that we've heard, but we don't know any facts on that. And then if you take that part into consideration, you also have to add on to that the fact that we've been told snap for 3 years, but then we get the forensic documents and not a damn word about the snap is on there at all. It's all about the strap. Nothing about the snap.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, where's the paper trail for all of this? Did y'all end up going in and swabbing the snap afterwards and that's the resubmission, but you don't have it anywhere? Like, where's all that information?
even
Mhm.
even Othram, who did, they didn't actually get the sheath, but they got the swab, right?
Yeah.
I played 2 interviews from the CEO and owner of Othram, David Middleman, and then a
Bullshit.
director at Othram, and they both said the snap, that it came from the snap. I'm like, you don't even know where your swab came from?
No, and he also said at the Comic-Con, Jesus Christ, at Crime Con, that he doesn't know why people are saying that it wasn't a lot of DNA. It was what did he say, a multitude of, he said some weird shit. And I'm like, bro,
so much
you've
DNA.
got a magnified sample that they added multipliers to in order to even give you what you could work with. You have no right to say a damn word about that original amount of DNA. If you go to the forensic information, that was like so minuscule, it's not even hardly registering. So for him to say that, I'm like, how are we supposed to take you serious?
Trash.
You know what you got was an amplified sample. So why are you pretending like that's the original sample whenever you know it was played with before you got it?
Yep.
And never mind the fact that he also failed. He told them a 72-hour turnaround time. 18 days later, they didn't have shit. That's why it got taken from them. But that's the one that Stacey Chapin wants to dote on. The people that didn't do nothing.
But
That's
did
crazy.
it even go anywhere? Didn't it still stay at Othram?
I don't
think
actually.
moved it anywhere.
See, we originally were told that stuff got sent back to ISP, and then ISP sent stuff to the FBI. But I don't know if that's accurate because I don't see a reverse track. And you'd think that they would want to bring it back just as secure, I guess, as they dropped it off. But even when it comes to the Othram trip, we have Matthew Gamet with ISP not even mentioning the fact that Blaker was with him. We have Blaker not even mentioning the fact that Matthew was with him. But then Matthew gets on the stand and tells Ann Taylor that it was a Boise officer that went with him. So you don't even know where the dude works. You don't even know his name. You don't even have each other in your reports. And then Matthew doesn't even go straight back to Boise. He goes to Utah for 3 days.
Something is wrong here.
Yeah, crazy. Like he just his car was parked on Tuesday. He didn't pick it up until Friday, but Blaker's was an immediate round trip.
I've been sitting on that shit for a minute.
Unbelievable.
There's nothing
I agree.
Case that makes any damn sense. There's always something. Always something.
All right. So that's one. Give me 2 more.
I guess the fog light situation.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my God.
That's
Don't
like a
even
big
give me.
one. Especially
That's
when
a
Gray
big deal.
Hughes is finally coming out here and being like, "Oh yeah, that's not his car." Yeah, no shit.
Oh yeah, Goofy Gray doing his thing. I had to write a song about that shit. That was
He's
pissing me
so
off to no end.
And that's one of the people that Steve was buddies with.
Horse shit.
Yep.
It drives
Agreed.
me insane. Like how can
Clip
we even be here at this point? I don't understand. Especially when you now consider the fact that when it came to the information that was submitted in the court, they literally backtracked Pullman to Moscow with the white car. They took everything out and they basically wanted to start Koberger's timeline for SV1 already in Moscow on the opposite side of 95 in the Indian Hills area. Like he just magically poofed there,
Right.
took everything else out, and we're supposed to believe that it's his car? No, we already know it's not his car.
yeah.
And I think the third thing, let's see. I mean, can we just lump everything else into number 3? Because I mean,
Yeah.
like nothing reached to him
Sure.
any. Nothing points to him.
It just doesn't. And it's crazy, especially,
No.
like we've got this fingerprint on the back of the slider that is in the victim's blood that doesn't belong to Brian Koberger.
Mhm.
Right.
Things like that. Like,
But,
there's just so
so
many.
much evidence that wasn't paid attention to, spatter and blood in places that don't make any damn sense, and we're supposed to just believe there wasn't a cleanup. Even if somebody had booties on or some sort of protective gear on their feet, there still would have been an impression. That doesn't make sense.
Like a
Where's all the
slide.
footprints? Where's all the footprints coming out of Xana's room? Come on now.
No, and as much as the blood on that floor speaks the story, there should be prints.
Oh,
Her
yeah.
Amen.
fingerprints are in that shit. Like, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Seeing that
They
room
didn't-
really pissed me off. Seeing that room
yeah.
pissed me off.
One of the police officers on body cam in the hallway saying that he sees prints, but then that's like way
Nothing.
early on. So
One
then
of
what
them
happened?
also says something about what has he got there
Mhm.
Yeah.
when it comes to looking inside Xana's room. So he's got to be talking about Ethan, because at this
Yeah.
point, the knife has already been picked up by Hunter Johnson and plopped on that table. So it's not about that.
Right.
It's about whatever he's seeing inside of that room with Ethan. Ethan's the only boy that would be in there.
So
That
I
goes
wonder if
back-
it was a weapon that he was trying to defend himself with.
Possible.
Well, what was that whole thing about a squirrel in his hand or some shit?
Oh,
That's
tell
not
him.
true. That's not
No.
true.
Some people have said a squirrel. Some people have said a cat. Like, people say some crazy off the wall shit, and I don't know.
Yes.
Said it, Logan.
Yeah, it's not true. I played the whole clip from the officer the other day, and he's talking about a guy walking down E Street that had a dead squirrel in his hand. He's not talking about anything at the crime scene.
He
So.
probably hunted it. It's hunting season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, these people are insane.
Yeah, I've heard even
Weirdo.
something about like a cat brain or some shit, and I'm like, can y'all stop? Like, where are y'all
that
getting-
had something to do with the dumpster, I think.
Yeah,
didn't it?
dumpster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know. Some people are trying to say that his parts were chopped off,
Yeah, I heard
but I
that.
don't
that
see
too.
anything about that in the reports. And I feel like, I mean, granted, we haven't gotten the actual autopsy. We've only gotten people talking about what they've seen from the autopsy. We've never gotten the actual report.
Right.
So could there be more that we don't know about? Doubtful, honestly, because these experts are writing their exhibits for trial based off of what they've seen, and nobody's talking about any of that stuff.
Right.
So-
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good point and a good question. A very good statement. Michelle F asks, do you think the four knew something was going to go down? Jake supposedly asked Showalter to keep an eye on them. So why did Jake not say to Maddie?
Oh, yeah.
A good question. I think something was known because, and this is my theory behind this. Okay. Everybody, I don't know if you know, I'm sure you noticed it, but there was a lot of people that seemed to distance themselves from them that night. Okay. Hunter and Josie and Emily all went home and went to bed at 8:30. And Jenna McClure just said, she was always there. She wasn't there that night. Ashlyn had something just conveniently come up.
The girl that was supposed to spend the night suddenly didn't.
Yeah.
Bingo. And everybody kind of, Ava Wood was even not over there like normally, that they would all be together, and all these people
Mhm.
distance themselves. And then you got Hunter Johnson calling her Kylie. He didn't know her that well, but he's always over there. That blows my mind.
Always in the cops. Always in the body cam with the cops.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
what?
So I started to wonder, like, did all these people hear from somebody, even Maisie? Maisie didn't stay
Didn't
around
wanna
them
hang
that
out
night.
with them.
Yeah, right. So could it have been that they all heard, like, you guys need to distance yourselves tonight, stay away from this, there's a snitch in that house or something, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it, but stay away, some shit's gonna go down, blah 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 blah. I wonder, is all I'm saying.
I mean, there's reasons to think that it's very possible that a lot of people knew that something was going to happen because of that, and especially since everyone's like, oh, suddenly after like years of never bothering to lock the door, we're going to lock the door tonight. Like, why are you
Right.
suddenly locking the door? Why is everybody like, oh, it's just so weird here? Just feels so strange that night. It's just
Yeah,
a
that
lot.
was
It's a
said
lot of
multiple
bullshit.
times by many people. I got a bad feeling about it tonight. I got a bad
Yeah.
feeling. I got a weird vibe. I got this.
But
I got
nothing
that.
happens in Moscow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No, you knew
I
something
hear
was going to
somebody else
happen.
say that shit in another interview. I'm just gonna pull all my hair out. I'm so tired.
Right. Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
Kim, that video you sent me earlier today,
Mhm.
that sent me really down the hole. Like, I didn't realize how much in the documents that Showalter and what was his name?
Well, I wanted to ask about that. The Connor Chestnut guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a
Do you
lot of.
Yeah, go ahead.
down to the why was there that separate investigation report number over at ISP for those two?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Was
Uh,
it those two or Jack
yes.
D and yes? It was those
No, it was Showalter and Chestnut.
So
Oh.
yeah, when you look at the actual, what did you call it? What number?
Ooh, me? No.
Investigation number. The investigation number.
Remember
There's a
how
separate
ISP had a
one.
separate investigation for certain things going on?
Yeah, they had separate document or report numbers is what it was.
So
Mhm.
this Chestnut
in the
and
forensic reports. It's in the forensic reports where it's talking about all the DNA and all the fingerprints and all of that stuff. When you get to the two that Mike is talking about, they all of a sudden have a different like case number. I think it's a case number.
Right.
and it's linked to
That's
a lot of things go back and forth between Showalter and Chestnut in that stuff with just them. Like when they went back to the house at some following day and them looking for fucking Keystone cans in the book bags and
Mhm.
The Keystone, yeah, the Keystone Doc.
weird.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Interesting.
But I was wondering, is it do you guys think that Connor Chestnut and Jack Showalter were good friends? Like, is that
I mean, they could have been.
Are they linked
They're-
on social media, or were they linked on social media at some point?
I've heard that they were together a lot, and that they were. I can't find it, but yeah, a lot of that
So the-
stuff's been scrubbed.
the issue is that when Jack Showalter is talking about his best friend and things like that in the documents, it's redacted. So, people were trying to figure out who is that. And one suggestion was that it was Connor Chestnut because I guess they're from the same place. They grew up together.
That would make
He was
sense.
on that trip to Mexico,
okay.
Thanks for
person
filling
that-
in my rest of my bullshit.
right?
There
Is
was-
that all?
Wasn't there talk about that Mason kid too? Not the one Logan said, but the other one.
Barstow? What's his name?
Oh,
Seems there's three. There's the one that Connor put an interview out for that starts with a last name M, and then there's Barstow, which is
Yes.
the guy Kaylee was one of the guys that Kaylee was seeing, and then
R-
Bangaman or whatever is the one that was
That's
Amazon.
the other one. Yeah. Okay.
So there's three
Right.
Masons, of course.
Yeah. One of the Masons seems to be very interesting to this, from my understanding. Things I've looked at and followed up with. So, I can't remember which one fits better. I think it was the one that Kaylee was seeing. Is the one that Barstow.
damn.
Oh yeah. Damn, he's got a set of ears on him, boy.
I just know that these people weren't interviewed, so I'm going to be trying to FOIA their interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So what?
Actually, after hearing this stuff about the deltas, like now, I'm like, we need their
Oh
interviews.
my god.
That too.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mitsri or Mason Mitsri. Is
Yeah.
that one? The other one.
That's the one that
yeah.
Connor dropped. Yeah, Sigma Chi guy.
That tripped me out on like, was there really a drug battle between these different frats? Because clearly, Sigma didn't like the Delts.
Mhm.
And as they were talking about, well, the whole where would you go get Adderall, whatever. But it's like, okay, did somebody start pushing drugs that the other frat was known for pushing? And this is where things got a little crazy.
Very
I mean, like territorial, maybe.
Yeah, and the supplier of that territory then is you know where I'm going.
Yeah. No, I get it.
It's
I mean,
possible.
it could have been a territorial thing.
Go back to what Dago just said, was asked in that interview about how Ethan was making money. There'd be no reason for the cop to be like, okay, and the
Yep.
frat was okay with that if it
Yep.
wasn't something that people should be okay with.
And
there you
his
go.
only job was the summer job in the tulips. I mean, if his parents, whatever, they're wealthy, 3 kids doing the same thing, going to college. I don't know.
The dude went out to eat like every night. He basically said he ate Taco Bell all the time.
Every day. Yeah.
Yeah, every day, and he was drinking every day, so on and so forth. He would buy this, and then he did say, I can't remember how he put it, but it was along the lines of, if he did bum. I got. I don't even think of like get what do you call that when you get something up front? Fronted. There you go. If he got
Yeah.
fronted something, yeah. If he got fronted something, he would give it back plus a rack, whatever the hell a rack is. I'm too old now.
1,000.
Really?
You know what's jacked up though,
$1,000?
Dago? The kid
Yeah.
had to wear Xana's Steelers jersey when he was a Seahawks fan because he didn't have a jersey to wear for the day.
I remember hearing that.
Hey, I mean, that's a guy.
Yeah, and that made me start thinking though. Like, I wonder, if he always had money. I don't want. I'm not trying to victim shame anybody. You guys know I don't do that, but it just makes me wonder: was there something going on in the background that nobody really knows about, and they want to keep quiet? And this is partially what happened.
And
That's
if
why I
you
think the
listen,
chicken stepped in.
Yeah.
as that guy talked, that what Ethan and I don't know if this was his siblings as well. I think this was just Ethan. He was in the top of hundreds in the whole after the whole Rush thing, and he was wanted by so many because he was so liked, and then he just kept going on that he was so liked by
That's what he
all.
was saying. Everybody liked him. He wasn't. There was no enemy to Ethan, and I'm like,
Is that where the
Everybody
mix
likes
came
That's
up?
not true though. That's not even remotely true. And I don't know. That's another thing that really pissed me off about the Kelvin interview is that he's sitting there lying about what happened at the Sigma Chi party. We know that there was a fight. I don't give a shit what anybody tries to say. We've already had multiple people come out and admit
Yes.
that. There's a
Yes.
girl that lived at 1119. I was just told about this interview about a week or so ago, so I've been trying to edit it down for a live review because it's like 3 hours of her talking and it's a lot. But she's the
Wow.
one who ended up giving that London's Notebook brat over on TikTok that video of everybody sitting outside the dumpster. This is that gave London that. And she's saying that there was an argument at the party. She was at the party. She saw it go down. She knows what it's about. She mentions being about a girl that there was an emotional connection with, and the other guy was pissed off because the other person was with that chick. And I'm like, oh, so the part we're not crazy. The 4chan stuff does have something to it.
I said that. Yeah. I think they wanted us to discount the 4chan stuff early on because it told some truth. I'm being honest with you.
Take it back to what Kelvin said today about 3 a.m. Anybody could walk out. Anybody who would know the area. Yeah, you would know the area. You'd know there's only one camera in that entire neighborhood. You know to walk behind it, and you would know all those things.
And I take it all the way back, Jules, all the way back, and I've stuck with it. You can ask these guys. I have not let go of it because I still think she believes it fully, and so does most other people. When Christy said this had to be somebody that they knew, somebody that Kaylee knew, somebody close to them to be able to do this way. I have not let go of that. And I think she knows it, and so does Steve. And for whatever reason, they refuse to accept it at this point. But yeah, 100%. Kara said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
it has to be. And like Home Dude today in the interview said, it's not luck. Somebody would have had to have known the area. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, if you listen to
all those
old
cars-
serial killers from like way back in the day, you listen to their interviews, they all say, I would stalk the house, I would blah, 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 blah. But I would always go to a one-story house because a two-level house, a multi-level house is way too much to try and figure out and control and, no random person's going to that house with the lights on, with that many cars. No.
Thank you.
Party house.
That's my biggest thing. Do you think of pretty hot young chick when you look at the Range Rover? You think of a dude when you look at that Range Rover.
Yeah.
Then you see the black SUV. Then you see the Jeep. I'm sorry. You're going to go in there thinking you've got who knows what in there? No.
Yeah.
No,
and honestly, I think from like what we've seen in like body cam stuff, there's more dudes walking around the outside of that house than there is chicks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I really wonder who the one guy is that shows up and does like a really weird circle. And he like, because he shows up from like the whites, like right on the road, comes out that corner, crosses in front of 1112, goes around, and then comes out from behind 1112, like through the King Road, like through the 1122 parking area. And then he walks back this way. He stops. There's a vehicle that makes a 3-point turn at King and Queen. He stops and talks to them, and then he takes off. But he's just like walking in a circle.
Yeah.
I want to know who that guy was. Because what are you walking around for? What are you looking at? What are you waiting for? You just leave. So obviously you're over here checking something out.
Right. Yep.
I don't like any of it.
No,
I don't like none of it.
None of it. Kim, did you have any direct questions at all besides what we've already talked about?
No, I was most curious to hear everything you had to say about the FOIA fiasco and all that stuff. So, I mean, I appreciate you. The whole community appreciates you so much for
Oh, of
going
course.
after all that.
Yes,
stuff.
ma'am.
Like,
Oh, look, it's my
Oh,
look. It's,
fantastic.
it's my viewers. I've never had to ask for anything, and I've always said that if I couldn't do it myself, I just wasn't going to do it because that's not what I was here for. But the
Right.
second I was like, guys, this is my mortgage payment. We're going to do this in sections. Let's figure out what
Yeah.
hours we're going to get a little bit at a time. And everyone else was like, no, we're going to do it now. And
Yeah.
within like 2 days,
Yeah.
2 days, we had all the money. I was like,
Yeah, it was amazing.
we lose.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was interesting to see
Amazing
how many
community.
people sort of like showed up out of the woodwork, really, that I hadn't
Yeah.
even seen their names before.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we're doing this now.
Yeah.
We're doing this
Yeah,
now.
these communities have been very invested since we have. We've been
Mhm.
here from day one. I know you and I both have.
Before Coburger, that's what people need to understand
Yeah.
that come in here running their stupid ass mouth. Like we've
Yeah.
been in here because 4 people lost their lives in something that makes no sense. There's no answers. And before there was ever a Brian Coburger, there was a
Yep.
Kaylee, a Maddie, a Xana, and a Ethan. And that's what we're here
Yep.
for. And people seem to forget that just because we have questions.
From
Not a
day
crazy
one, that's the way
YouTuber
it's been.
trying to jump a money train.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a lot.
God.
It's always a lot. But I don't care.
It
I'm
is.
over it. They get yelled at right back. I don't care.
Same here. I don't care anymore either. I've been beyond that for a while.
Mhm.
I'm just like, forget it. You don't have to be here. Bye. Anyway.
Yeah.
So
Um,
I did get. Go ahead.
Can I ask a quick question? What are your thoughts on the whole DoorDash stuff?
Jesus Christ. Tell me how the hell
Serious.
tell me why it's 2:15 for one. And why we have Hippler telling us that at that time Xana and Ethan weren't even home. That's in his order.
Yeah.
So at
Yep.
2:10, the girls are talking about going to get food, but the people that ordered the food weren't even home while the food conversation was happening, according to the judge.
oh,
It
wow.
taking so long makes no sense either. I was not expecting to see 2:15.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
I
was
you know
not
what's
expecting
interesting?
to see that. That's 2 hours.
You know what's interesting, Jules, is that it's 5 minutes after Dylan makes the phone call supposedly to Gower, and I wondered, my crazy ass brain again is if she may have had access to their account. Maybe they all shared their accounts when they were doing DoorDash or some shit. Maybe she ordered it. Just saying. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, anybody technically could have. It's just
Yeah.
a phone thing.
That
Now,
was
see,
what I.
The Eric Gower thing is crazy to me. And it wasn't a phone call, it was a text. It was a text message. But the
Right.
weird part about that is that when he responded, she didn't even freaking open it until 4:30
Yeah.
when everything was going down. So then now we know, which is crazy because I literally asked for Dylan Mortenson's like information on the contact that she added and they denied it. And then about a week later, they released that information on the court, like to the court. I was like, oh,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
interesting.
You
So
know,
we have now a whole nother conversation because she's messaging Gower and then there's all these other messages in between now. And then she ignores him and doesn't answer him. So that's why I've been questioning, did they have somebody bring them food from somewhere else? Did she have somebody come and pick them up and take them somewhere else? And that's why she just ignored Eric because she messaged him for a service. She messaged him for a reason. It wasn't just whatever, not going to ignore him. You obviously wanted him for a reason, and then you just didn't even open it till 4:30.
And that's why
Yeah.
I started saying, I wonder if she ordered off their app possibly.
It's possible.
And maybe she didn't have one set up or whatever, or they shared one in the house. You know, who knows? But this is just a theory, but 5 minutes after you send him that message and then boom. That's just too close for me. And it's
and
very
we're being
ironic.
told they're not home.
Right. That makes no sense. Exactly. Thank you.
Why would you want your food delivered to sit there in the cold?
Yeah, because if you're not even
Exactly.
home
You're not
yet and you
home.
don't know that it's going to take this idiot 2 hours to get you your food, like that's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's not even forget the fact the biggest part when it comes to the DoorDash is Dylan's dumbass. Because she
Yeah.
says in an interview that she had a dream about a woman in all black with a big nose coming up to the house and pulling a prank. I'm like, oh, so you saw Molly that night? Because how else would you be able to describe her to a T?
Thank you.
why does she put out the bullshit tidbits that are fucking kind of real?
And the same time that Molly is walking down 1112, Home Chick is
Guilt.
adding that Brittany girl to her phone. It's the exact same time, the exact
Yeah.
same minute.
This is kind of sideways,
any
but
Do you have
I
any
thought-
idea who that is?
Brittany
Sorry, Mike.
Fernandez.
From
I
Monday.
don't know.
I
Fernandez.
have kind of a possible bang coming out about that. I think I know how that contact got saved.
oh shit, Docky.
What do you
The only
got?
one that I found that lives in that area is an OF chick.
Oh, son of a biscuit.
Go ahead,
Unless you
Logan.
found something else.
All right.
It
So
says- so the way the contact was saved was not like she put the name and number in her phone. That's not how it got saved. If you look at the not the address, but on the document that we got of Dylan's phone, it says like CD something, and that's saved a different way. It's saved through like if let's say she was on DoorDash, but on like Chrome, like actual the website, not the app.
Yeah.
If you like, if she got like some sort of notification, but through the website, and
Right.
let's say if it was Molly under an alias, her phone would not save the contact, but it would pop up in the background of her phone, and it didn't necessarily get saved under the contacts. It's saved like in the background. You have to look at it says like something interaction CDC or something like that, and it's saved differently. It's not actually saved in your address book. It's different.
I'll have to go in and look at that, because I know when we were first going over the documents, a lot of people were trying to say that interaction C meant that the text messages were also with the Brittany girl. And I'm like, no, that's literally like the location of where this information is in the phone. And it's not the same thing. Plus, if those messages were with the Brittany chick, then they would just tell us they already put her name there. There'd be no reason for them not to.
Right.
Just
It's
a lot.
different. There's a whole like explanation for it.
So-
Yeah, especially if
Wow.
they're on iPhones. That's something that I don't have any clue about. So I'm interested to see what you put out about that, because I don't know anything about that stuff.
Yeah, I do have an
As-
iPhone, so I kind of get how it's
How it
explaining
works.
it. Yeah.
I was there once.
I won't.
I
won't
swear
do
I
it.
forgot iPhone operation in like 6 months.
I can't do it. I gotta
Um,
keep my damn Android.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
a Samsung girl. I won't buy an iPhone. My
You know,
daughter, on the other hand.
The main reason why I went to Samsung was because I have this issue where like it'll be in the middle of the night and I'll have a harebrained idea and I need to send a text to one of my employees. I don't want to text them in the middle of the night because then they're going to want to talk. With a Samsung, you can set and schedule when that text sends.
That's weird.
That is so
I didn't
money.
know that. It's
Yes.
also like very strange, because how does that work in a police investigation?
Right.
Yeah.
That is wild.
So I got a weird harebrained spin off here on this. So with all Dylan's bullshit text and, she was all on social media and doing whatever, if she wasn't at the house and she was someplace trying to keep her mind busy, literally knowing what was going down, is that why she was so active?
I don't know. That's a good question. She was the most active out of both of them.
Mhm.
Like, it doesn't look like there was any lapse.
No, and
No.
I still think, and I don't think I've told them this, but not you. I think Bethany was going to leave. I've said that
agree.
for a while. I think
She
was
already
getting ready to
showed that
leave.
she has that behavior pattern. Remember what she said about hearing a scream? Like
Yes.
literally a few days. That's another thing. I don't know if she's like telling some shit story or if she's trying to be honest about leaving. Because on the 16th is when she does that interview. And she
Yeah.
says that it was like less than a week before that she heard a scream in the middle of the night, around the same time as the one that we have on the freaking cameras. And she
Outside
called
her
somebody to
window.
come and pick her up. I'm like, okay, chick, so you're sitting right there. You got people telling you that the dog is missing, apparently. You're obviously awake. You're watching TV. We know that you just came in from taking the dog out with Maddie. You're awake and you hear that scream at 2:27 and you don't call somebody to come and get you, and that's your behavioral pattern.
Thank you. Thank
No,
you.
I agree.
think-
That's why the silence in some of the like earlier parts bothers me, because we don't really know anything about what's going on. But
Right.
also with the cars coming in and out, we don't know if somebody's getting picked up in there or whatever. She's already shown that she will leave if she hears something.
and I think, and it's the same person. I think that because we see her standing over by when Nunez gets there and gets out of his car, turns around, goes to
Yeah,
grab the
she's
thing.
over there. Yeah.
She's at the pole and she's standing
Mhm.
there, and here comes Jenna. Jenna actually showed up the same time that Nunez did and had to turn around to get around him and
Mhm.
came back. I think she was going to leave because I think, and I've said this before, oh my God, this irritates me. The 4 or 5 calls, whatever it was, to her mom, dad, and home about her tooth is bullshit.
It's
Her
bull-
daddy has been a dentist her whole life.
And he
he
was
knows
just
that-
there the weekend before.
No
Hey.
shit.
So she knows what to do when you have a toothache. Your daddy's been a dentist your entire life.
Yeah.
You call
gotta-
to say, I need to get the help. This is what happened. I need
Mhm.
to know what to do. And they probably told her, you need to get the fuck out of Dodge. You shouldn't be involved in that kind of thing. And she was going to leave, I think, but the police showed up and she got stuck. That's my opinion. So
The part that bothers me about that, if I'm remembering the document correctly, is that in between telling us that there's a home call, a mom call, and a dad call, there's also an unknown.
yeah, there was. I think
Yeah.
that was Jenna. I think that was the Jenna McClure call, because the way she explained it in the interview was that when she had talked to Jenna, and that's when Jenna messaged back and said, bro, and then said after that, do I need to come and get you guys? I think she spoke to her on the phone beforehand.
Oh, I'm pretty sure she did. And the part that really bothers me about that is that while she's on the phone with Jenna, it's around the same time that Dylan, now that we know, is getting messages from her dad about when they should talk.
Yeah.
So
That
while
was-
they're sitting there
no.
freaking out about what's supposed to be happening and about to
Yeah.
call Emily to have people come over, blah, 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 whatever, like, you're not saying anything?
No, and-
What? Oh, 2 o'clock's better. Yeah, let's just push it off as far as possible
Yeah.
so that you don't have to face what's going on right now. Everything about everything is so damn sketchy.
Jesus, I was
You
just.
go, sorry.
I
go ahead,
drank
Mikey.
too much yesterday. Oh my God.
But then we found out that's not even true. That everything
were-
about her intake was bullshit.
They were dry. They had a dry weekend that weekend, and it was stated in a report. And other people in those reports said that they didn't even think she drank that weekend.
It's
There's-
called Envision, Idaho.
Right. And
Something
there's
is
no
wrong
way-
here.
There's no way that she told that story that she told the next morning to Nunez, to Decor, to all those interviews as clear and clean as she did, being that she was drinking all that shit the night before.
And then
I don't
apparently
believe that.
didn't sleep because her phone activity proves that she didn't sleep.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
she
go
already said she was just sipping on somebody else's Borg. She also apparently told somebody at the Sigma Chi party that she wasn't drinking.
See?
And then she also tells them that once she gets home, she didn't drink nothing else. So then you were sober, baby. So what are we having these conversations for?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And again, that's another one. I'm telling you, there was distancing. Lakeland McComas, or whatever the hell her name is.
Lakeland, yeah.
One more
They
time.
they offered for her to spend the night there, she said, and said, no, I think I better leave. Just like everybody else wanted to be away from that house that night. There's just another reason.
I don't think it was Lakeland. I think it was Zoe.
Zoe,
I think
I thought
it was Zoe.
LM. Okay.
So the way that, and I could be wrong, but this is the way that my brain is like reading through it. Lakeland is the one who went back with Dylan and Bethany and left before the girls got there. But the way that the report from Zoe reads is that she got into the car with Eric and them to go to the corner club. And that she said in her report, she was supposed to spend the night over there, but something felt off.
Oh, okay then.
So then
Okay.
Zoe
And
ends
that's
up
Braden's
leaving.
girlfriend?
Yeah,
Braden.
I think so. They in his report he talks about them all going over to 1112, and even he says that he stayed at that house even after the girls left. So that's just more proof that they just let anybody willy-nilly in their house and didn't bother to lock anything up or do anything.
That's messed up. I couldn't
Like,
do that as
everybody
a
had access to
dude.
that house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope.
No, that makes
Too
sense.
much.
It does. That makes more sense for sure.
Mhm.
Good Jesus. It's such a disaster.
There's just a lot. Like they hid the fact that there was an extra girl on the way to the corner club and that there was an extra girl at the house this entire freaking time.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
That just
And-
there's no telling what else. There's no telling.
I think there were more people there that morning, Jules. I think there were people there that were there until they were going to call 911, and then those people bolted.
It's very possible because we can't see.
No.
And if they're walking back towards the whites through that little intersection thing, then we can't hear or see anything anyway.
no.
No,
I
know. People know
I don't
how to
think they
get
had
there.
a party there Friday night. I think it was Saturday.
It
A lot of
looks-
people are saying they think there was a party Saturday night.
That's what it looks like. It looks like a disturbed party.
I mean, why the fuck is there cans on the fucking stairs? What the fuck? I
And
mean,
the original rumor that Christy got told by her blood niece was that she got pew-pewed during a party.
Yes.
mhm.
Yep.
So I don't know what to think other than that we've been extremely lied to.
Oh my God. And if you think about it, we've gone through this before in other cases, and it's ended up being true. Most of the time, it's kind of a thing that more of the truth comes out in the very beginning than it ever does.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, is all I'm saying. So
Mhm.
absolutely.
There's just
What
too
is
many
that?
questions about all
What
of
is
it.
pew pew? A gun, nomadic. We
Yeah.
yes, we say gun. It is okay.
Okay, I didn't know. I try to be
You
careful.
know, you're good.
I
You're
know
good.
YouTube doesn't like me already. So
I know.
I
You're
try to
good.
be careful.
You can
That's
do
so
what you got to
crazy.
do always. I just got tired of doing that whole unalive.
It's annoying, isn't it? Yeah, I call
So-
it YouTubeese. I hate it.
have y'all been hit
Ridiculous.
for stuff like that? Because it's usually like if you stream out to like Facebook and TikTok and all that whack stuff, where they get weird about that when you say those words.
Yeah,
Especially
well,
TikTok. I was run off TikTok. Just
It's
for
not
that.
like a hit on YouTube. It's more like they just won't push you.
Right.
Yeah,
They
they
will
hit
not
you.
put you in
Yep.
algorithm. It's a shadow
Yeah.
ban, yes, is how you can put it.
Yeah.
I've
They
been
go,
there
oh,
before.
she's within the community guidelines.
So one of the, or actually two of the questions that were emailed to me for you is people were wondering if you had any thoughts, because everybody already knows we're all in the same boat here about Brian and what we feel about Brian. I personally think he's 100% innocent of this. That's
Mhm.
me. And I know most of the people in here do. There's people that, excuse me. There's people that think that he could have been involved, and other people where I don't, but that's okay. I respect people's thoughts on this. But I think two of the emails I got asking you questions wanted to know if you think Brian's innocent, how do you think he got involved in this, Jules? At this juncture. How do
I
you
do
think
think
he was
he's
brought
innocent.
into it?
I do think he's innocent. Nothing points to him at all. And
Right.
that can change if evidence actually points that way. That's what we're basing everything on, is the actual evidence. This isn't a emotional thing, a feeling, a gut, blah,
No.
blah, whatever. The evidence doesn't point to it. And we have been searching for it. I mean, you and me were both pitchforks F this guy the second that he got arrested. And then the paperwork started coming out.
That's it.
Then
Yes.
the bullshit started. And then we
Out-
were like, okay, well, let's think a little bit that something's weird. As for how he got involved in like the DNA thing, considering the fact that the DNA is the only thing there, I don't even know, other than the fact that somebody probably swabbed that damn car door handle or office handle. Something that I'm realizing going through some of these interviews and things is that WSU and U of I would switch off criminology departments.
Yeah.
At WSU, somebody said that you would be in criminology for U of I and not even know that your classes were at the Pullman WSU campus until you
Yep.
got your syllabus. So there's a lot of mix going on. There's a lot of mix going on. And if he really wasn't liked very much, it wouldn't take much for somebody in the criminology department at WSU who goes back and forth to U of I to do some fiat shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody planted it there.
Or if
And
he
if
was,
That's
it's
my
not
thought
like
too.
on the actual snap, then it's the Q-tip itself. My problem is, why do we have Eric Warner walking around to the side of the bed where Maddie's leg is being checked for lividity and the damn knife sheath was not all the way covered up, but home dude at 6'4" can't see it.
yeah.
But little bitty shit walks in and can see it from the doorway.
Thank you. I was going to say that. Baby
And-
Payne.
Okay, so, and to me, it appears that in the paperwork, as they put it, once that knife sheath is seen like that MPD takes it and starts to do something with it. They take it out of the scene and they automatically go, oh, okay, we're going to go swab this or do whatever before the rest of the scene is processed. Am I wrong?
I don't know if they would have had time. That's the thing. I don't think where the DNA came from has anything to do with the knife sheath at all. I think it has to do with whatever was submitted to the lab from the Q-tip. I don't think it has anything to do with the sheath.
But MPD took that knife sheath out of the scene before crime scene people came in and processed. Yes or no?
Not that we're aware of.
I don't think
Okay.
so.
Then I
Better
took that
not.
wrong.
Yeah,
What?
no, not that we're aware of.
Okay, then I took that wrong as I was
But-
gauging.
Because
But we were
but that's not what we're under the impression of. No.
no, and since we're talking about that real quick, then weren't we told in the beginning that knife sheath was underneath Maddie's thigh, in between the girls,
Yeah.
under the blanket?
Yes.
Okay, but we see
Opposite
it teetering on the edge of the outside of the bed.
Mhm.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that because
No, that's what we were told.
Okay, so now we know that's it. And here's my other issue with this, and
I've just been calling them Mandela effects at this point, because there's like a big, huge group of people that like remember that stuff, but then there's
Right.
also a group of people that don't. So it's just a Mandela effect.
I know you and I were on this the same time, same stuff. We used to talk on the phone about this shit.
Mhm.
So
For
I know
hours
if I
on-
remember it right. If I remember it, you'll remember it. That's why
Yeah.
I'm asking you.
No, that's how we heard it.
Absolutely, 100%.
And that's another reason why it makes even less sense where it actually was that Kaylee's DNA was the main contributor, considering that it's on the opposite. Yeah. I also don't understand how there was a pool of blood underneath her like waist area, but all of the damage was to like her upper body.
Thank you.
That's
I
weird.
don't think she was killed in that bedroom. I think she was down on the second floor. This is just my opinion, of course, and got attacked down there, maybe trying to run to get away or something, and was either drugged or carried back up there afterwards. It has always been my opinion, but they were like, everybody has come at me and said, well, she doesn't have any injuries below her waist or too much blood below her waist or something. So they're trying to claim that she was in the bed the whole time. I don't believe that.
Bullshit.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it
have
means that she was positioned differently after she bled out. That's all that means. There should be that much blood on the pillow where her head was, and there's barely anything there for as bad as we've been told that her wounds are.
Yeah. And for her to have all those wounds, did she just lay there and nah?
No, to be disfigured like that and that blood, that pillow not be red in itself.
Look at the bedding.
Her entire side of the bed should have been completely red. The wall should have been covered.
For as bad as
compared to what? Yeah. Thank you.
That's one of the interesting things that blood spatter expert says, that the spatter marks that he saw on the second floor, there's a few things, like he's like, someone can't physically reach that area to make that mark.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is that he said they looked like marks that you would expect to see a body laying right near that.
Yeah.
So meaning something happened there. So not a death because the body's not still there, but that's what it looked like, meaning that it didn't come just from someone flicking a bloody knife. Like it came from a strike.
You know what, the jacked up part that didn't sit well with me, and I swear I took this right, and I'm sure you've watched this, Logan. His last time that he was on Birdie's, did he or did he not say that it appears that the way Ethan was basically, he was in the bed when he received all those wounds and he didn't move?
Yeah, up on his right. It says he was up on his right elbow, and apparently because his socks were clean, it meant he didn't move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. And the way this guy explained it, and the way the blood patterns or whatever it looked like, is he believed that was true. I don't know. That's wild to me. I don't
know. I need to go back in and just listen to what he has to say because I'm interested, especially if it got the Consalvus's attention.
Yeah,
I'm curious.
The whole thing either.
What I really
good. He just didn't. I know a lot about bloodstain pattern, and I'm sure you do too, Jules. I mean, I think a lot of it's self-explanatory when you look at it, like how it got there. So he didn't really say a whole bunch other than kind of just what's really noticeable. He couldn't really explain why Kaylee's blood was on the table and, things like that. He thinks one person did it.
Yeah.
He says that no, Kaylee was absolutely killed in the bed along with Maddie. And so is this a guy that actually worked the case, or is he just somebody seeing what we see? He didn't even know the case.
Oh, so he's just coming at us sort of new. Okay.
Yeah.
But that was the first interview. I think he did 2 interviews, right? So the first interview, he wanted to go into it knowing nothing.
Okay.
And then I think he got filled in on a little bit more, the more alternative theories and things like that for the second interview.
And the points that Logan just said, that was after he had, that was number 2. So there's
after
some weird stuff
given
there.
Some of the crazy information. Yeah.
I'm wondering, is he getting information from a person like Birdie just telling him stuff, or is he actually reading documents?
That's a good
I think
question.
both.
I think he was sent documents, from my understanding.
I think it was just pure documentation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just not enough time. I mean, he hasn't. Yeah.
And the way, didn't Birdie say he was going to inform him of all the stuff that we've all seen and heard or something like that? Yeah. Okay. So
I mean, I'd rather the guy just pull the forensic documents from ISP and go over those. He doesn't even have to go over the court documents. He just needs to pull the report, the analytical report from the forensic lab.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
The thing about the table that bothers me is that the side that faces the bar cart has a mark in it. And that doesn't happen with there being that much space to walk in between the bar cart and the table. So how did that happen? That's a blood mark.
He did give a specific touch on that because somebody asked. So it's there. So check it too. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember.
And there's a mark like that in some of the walls too. The blade literally was just marking wall. That's crazy.
Definitely.
I thought there was a lot of that in Xana's room. A lot.
But the blood up above the stairs is crazy. I don't understand that. I also don't know if some of that could have been because the cops are stupid and they touched all over the place. Not the up there on the wall, but the stair rail coming down from the 3rd floor. We see them in the body cam touching all over the rail, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, well, we've got the girl's blood on both sides of that. And here they are touching on it. And then we have the latent shoe print. They didn't even bother to do anything with it. It just remained unanalyzed. They thought it had something to do with something else, but they're using it as the suspect's path of travel.
Right.
What's wrong with you? Travel in the PCA. Like, how are you allowed to use unanalyzed evidence just because you think you can?
But there's a whole actual footprint right next
Behind
to
it.
it. It's just
Yes.
lighter.
Yeah.
And they didn't do anything with that. And it
That's
actually
the
looked like a
one.
footprint.
Yeah, that's the one I think they mean when they say that they believe that the shoe print or whatever the print was related to law enforcement. I think it's that one, because the latent one in front of, like, the one that we have the pictures of that they actually took photos of is L4. Well, when it comes to the other one, they say they didn't even photograph it. Well, that's the one we don't have any photographs of. And if you look at the distance, that's a step. That's somebody taking a step.
There's another one inside Dylan's door. It's just even lighter than the second one.
Mhm. And the van's sitting right there.
Yep.
Right across. Yeah. Yeah. All these things were used in this probable cause order that are not true. And that's what pisses me off so much about Ann Taylor, because why weren't you arguing these very forensically reported things in court when it comes to all of this? It makes no sense. She fought battles that were irrelevant and literally didn't bother with things that anyone can see that are lies. I mean, we know that Brett Payne has no problem being a hand up the ass puppet. We've seen it from day one, and we saw it with the IGG, and it's continued.
That's a damn good question.
Why wouldn't you fight all of that?
And it's like, we know how, like, in her position at that point, was she being railroaded in behind the scenes to, like, only go so far?
They get paid from the same bank account.
Yep.
It's the same way I feel with government.
It's
two wings, same bird, two different sides, same bank account. They all got paid from the same people.
And then going down to a point to where she stopped getting paid by the state, correct?
It was just a different way, but she was still getting paid.
Okay.
She actually was getting paid more than everybody else because there was a very special contract drawn up for the defense team for Kohberger's case. They actually met in chambers. Was that with Judge or Hippler? I don't remember which one it was. But when the defense team stuff changed, they had a special meeting where they sat down, and she got paid differently than everyone else.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just switched the way that they were getting paid. They were getting paid a hell of a lot less, and a lot of public defenders stopped being public defenders. But she had a special contract.
And she is still currently working for the state.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's still a public defender, yeah.
Okay.
She's still technically his attorney, and I guess she's going to remain his attorney until all the documents are finally unsealed 5,000 years from now. I don't know how that's supposed to work.
That's weird.
Or anything else goes down.
Yeah, or anything else. Because I don't know if she can actually, like, still be his attorney if he files an appeal for anything.
Exactly.
Because there's already been some stuff about that that's sort of been filed away. And that new law that just got passed, if you read the actual, like, bill itself, there's shit in there about hiding stuff, requesting information about the way that the public defender defended their client. And I'm like, well, that's interesting to be in there because we've got a lot of questions about that. And the only thing the consolvences are talking about is something technically irrelevant, because Olivia only saw Kaylee's body if she actually did, because she asked for it, not because it was out there, for one.
Yeah.
What happened with Xana was a fluke, however you want to call it. I don't know if it was done on purpose or whatever, but those were taken down because there was already stipulations for bodies not being out there. So that being in there was really interesting. And I don't know exactly what it means. I need a lawyer to explain it, but it has to do with public defender information access and basically if they did their job or not and what can't be disclosed, because that the entire bill is about what can be hidden.
Yeah. And we didn't put any of that stuff out. They did all that. That was all them. I was sitting there with you. We were actually reviewing your video about that, and I was sitting there swearing right along with you and yelling right along with you at that whole Olivia thing. That was so ridiculous.
It was highly ridiculous. Beyond ridiculous. I don't understand. I don't understand that family. I don't get it.
You know, I think what would be a good link, and you just brought up that lawyer thing. Remember the Washington lawyer that we had on, what was that, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I think he would. I think that'd be right up his alley.
Yeah, maybe ask him because he's right there. So maybe he can figure out exactly what that means. Because it literally is like,
I'll send you an email. I'll link you with this guy. He's easy.
Absolutely.
I'd like to know.
I was going to show you, because what you guys brought up, that the whole the knife blade on the table and the wall, and it reminded me of something. The one on the bed too.
Oh yeah, there's stab marks on the bed.
And here, and I've said this before. I don't know if we talked about this years ago, but I, at this point, still, because of those things and the way that they are, if I can get this to work, this is what I believe the main weapon was. There could have been a K-bar. I
Those
doubt
are
it.
like- yeah, those are like slashes. Like, how do you slash like that with a K-bar?
I
mean,
stabbed a
you-
mattress. I took my 7-inch blade. It just doesn't have the, C-tip.
Do you see
I
this
stabbed
blade?
my mattress, and it does not look or not my mattress, a mattress outside, and it does not look the same. It's not a gouge like that.
Yeah.
No, and you see the width of this blade?
Mm-hmm.
The mattress stab is almost the same exact length as this,
And
in
isn't
my
there
opinion.
a picture of them with something like that?
Yeah, the
It-
Fruit Ninja video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a machete, the whole
Mm-hmm.
thing, okay? Anyway, this is what I was pointing out is the mark in the table, the marks in the walls, the bed step. This is something you could have a distance from somebody and just keep going at them like this with.
Yeah.
And you can still do that kind of thing, so on and so forth. And it makes perfect sense. It would explain a lot of things. I think this is the weapon. This is the majority of the weapon. There may have been more than one.
Yeah, it
Go
would explain maybe even like the distance that some of the spatter like above the stairs traveled because of how freaking long that
Exactly.
thing is.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's exactly why I think that.
Like missing and hitting the wall, striking the wall and leaving those marks. Because I think if you're close and stabbing with that K-bar, like you're probably going to hit.
And that's the thing is especially if you like Kaylee running, I think Kaylee was running from somebody. This is my opinion, of course, based on what they've told us. Dylan says somebody, she comes running down the stairs. If we believe that, blah, blah, blah. Somebody could have been chasing her. Okay. Truly and honestly. So there was, okay, here's my issue. You have a 7-inch blade. It makes no sense to me. It's this wide. Those gouges don't look anything. They're way bigger than that. All of those wounds were bigger. Steve himself said that they were, what did he say? Large gouges and things like that. None of these look like a 7-inch. So if somebody had a knife like that, it was one of the people, I'm sure, maybe could have. I think this was the weapon of choice. And I think that there were multiple people with multiple weapons like this, guys. And this would explain all of this, in my opinion, but they won't tell us that.
It would also explain the timeline in 2 floors. Because one of my things in the very beginning of this was like, okay, if we're supposed to believe that all this stuff got heard by Dylan and it was happening upstairs on the 3rd floor with Maddie and Kaylee, okay, well, Dylan's a dumbass, but why didn't Ethan or Xana call 911? Like that, they would make no sense for these to be anything other than happening at the exact same time. And then I also go back to like something that Dylan says, and people want to give this girl a lot of grace. I'm just not going to. I don't have a reason to until
We don't either.
It proves me wrong, and I haven't yet. I don't care. She says something too about when she goes to therapy, she only hears one set of footprints when she's like getting like cognitively hypnotized to try to remember that night. And that only happens if you're the other person running.
Yeah.
Like if you're the other footprints, you're not hearing your own footprints. You're only hearing the other people's footprints. So I found that odd that she would say that.
Very much so.
Interesting.
I agree with
this girl says, and we already know that there are little teenagers that have taken their friend out into the forest and almost tried to stab her to death. Like I don't put anything past her just because she's some pretty little blonde girl. I'm sorry, I'm just not going to do it.
I agree.
If they were boys instead of girls, they would have been locked up.
Oh, for sure. Immediately.
Yeah.
I just don't trust anything that she says. Especially knowing that she did not call Bethany. She's telling everybody, the first responders and everybody else, that she sees the person. She's freaking out because she hears all these things and she calls Bethany. No, you didn't. Bethany called you because she got woken up by a noise. So my whole story now is, what would have happened if Bethany would have never called you, Dylan? What would have been the story if you wouldn't have had Bethany calling you on the phone? Would you have not said a word? And then if you look at her phone contact information, right after she gets that phone call from Bethany, there's a text message that goes to an unknown. And then the person takes off in the car. And I'm like, are you communicating with the person? And Bethany being awake is like a clue that now you got to let this person know it's time for you to get out. Like, I don't trust anything. I trust nothing when it comes to Dylan.
I agree with you.
Ariel's been like team, I don't like Dylan from day one, and she still don't trust her.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we weren't allowed to talk about her for 2 years, for the longest time because we were victim shaming. And at some point, I think most of us said,
Jesus,
you know what, piss on that, and we moved into
He's
it,
not a
and that was
victim.
when it came out. Yeah,
He's not a victim.
not even close.
Liar.
That's why I have no doubt.
He's a
I have
liar.
no issue saying that. None.
Especially knowing that she was okay with just changing her story up. We literally hear Mallory asking her if she specifically remembered the eyebrows. And she says, no,
Mhm.
I don't remember his eyes either. And then 4 days later, she's all about eyebrows. Who talked to you?
Yep.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay.
And then she tells Bethany, I think I'd remember a nose like that. What?
It all fades into the sunset, Joey.
Like you said, who talked to you? Who was talking to you?
And I'm sorry, there's no way that the face mask is open the way that she's trying to describe.
Yeah.
And Kohlberger's picture, and it doesn't click.
Yeah.
Right.
She may have been looking at a photo.
It wasn't him. That's why. She had never seen him before.
And on top of that, why would you deny a face sketch? Why would you deny that? If you can sit there and be like, oh, he looked like this and he was this tall and oh, he's a bushy eyebrows. Why wouldn't you talk to a sketch artist? Is it because my thing is she knew she was going to end up describing someone that everyone recognized, so she couldn't.
Yeah.
I also wonder why, when she describes this thing, why they don't say draw it, look it up, Google it, so they can figure out what it is, knowing that Haley had different weapon marks on her face. Why would you not pursue that?
It was just
there's nothing. There's like no follow-ups really at all.
No.
It's like, oh, it was like right here and it was sort of shaped like this and then that's it. Like, why wouldn't you do more?
It was just minimal enough to put points on paperwork and roll the story and just push it forward. Just points.
And where'd the fighter guy come from?
Oh, in the vacuum. God
Yeah.
damn it. Why are you guys so concerned and still looking into this?
Right? Like, how did he go from being in all black and wearing a mask and, oh, he's a creepy dude walking out the house to, oh, a fireman with a vacuum? I don't understand.
Crazy. It's wild.
I don't get it. And people can say whatever they want to until something makes sense. I'm going to keep running my mouth.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, I agree with you. There was 2 other emails I got asking, what are your thoughts on Jack Decor? At all, if any at all. What do you think about him and the entire situation with him?
I think he's a little weasel.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's interesting.
I know that he's the one who got the Consalvases the 11-12 footage.
I agree with that too. It wasn't Olivia.
Steve told Brat Norton that it was Jack.
Right.
And it was like that night. And when we see the cops pull up, a girl from 11-12 runs to Jack's house real quick, which was weird.
With the blanket.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't know. I don't know if he had any involvement with anything. I just know that he's like a little weasel. And there's like no reason for anyone else to destroy Kaylee's face like that other than someone who was super pissed at her.
Well,
and if there was any truth to her not leaving, but she still didn't want to be back with Jack, then I guess maybe that would be a reason for him to rage. But we also know that he was seeing, or at least telling people at the school, that he was having severe mental health issues.
Yeah.
Right.
And Brett Payne even catches up with him after some hearing in 2024, like May 2024, where they're talking about the audio, which we went over. And he's like making sure that he got the counseling and stuff that he needed. But then Jack wants to deny the fact that it happened, even though we have reports saying that he reached out to them prior to the murders about how bad his mental health was getting.
Why do you think they waited until last year to fingerprint this dude?
Suspect number 1.
How did they clear the suspect that was number 1 on the list? No fingerprint.
Thank you.
I think it was all part of that paperwork shit. It's just like, okay, we're going to put the boyfriend at the top, but we're going to, it's just how it rolled on. Man, I don't know. That role that dude played, I couldn't do it.
See, the thing with him, and it's like the messages, and then seeing the footage and what happened with Murphy, I am questioning a lot of things.
Where's the hell's that 17-minute whatever?
Not just that, but when we see, or I guess, we can't hear anything because it's in the muted stuff. But when we are like under the impression from the timeline that they have now taken Murphy out and now he's like missing, we see a car come in. It goes to Jack's. Actually,
Right.
no,
Yeah.
we can hear this. We can hear this stuff because
Yeah.
we hear him say something. We hear someone say
Murphy.
either
Yeah.
Murphy or come here, boy, or something like that.
Something.
Yep.
And then the car takes off.
Gower.
Then you hear Murphy like in the background, like the girls found the dog.
Mm-hmm.
I've been questioning this for a while. You probably even remember me asking if Murphy was drugged in the very beginning of this. I questioned that if he was given something.
That's interesting. I've never thought of that.
Well, we found out from reports that apparently they were having trouble couple of weeks to a couple months prior to the event with Murphy not coming back right away.
Yeah.
And they felt like somebody was either like giving him treats or keeping him in the bushes, that he'd always go to the bushes, and he wouldn't come straight back. So given the timing, I've really kind of wondered if somebody slipped him like a Benadryl or something to make him like go to sleep during everything, because there's no guarantee what we're hearing is Murphy. You know how many dogs are in that neighborhood that we didn't know about? Holy shit. And some of them sound really loud. Even the front entry body cams of MPD, you can hear a dog barking and it sounds just as loud as the Murphy bark.
Yeah.
And Murphy's gone. He's at the shelter at the point that this is happening.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've never thought of that.
The car coming in, you hear that, it takes off, and then the girls find the dog. I mean, how long does it take for a Benadryl to kick in? Or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Ain't that some shit?
I just find it weird. It's something that I've questioned from the beginning because they had the dog in there and because there was like no bloody paw prints all over the place. What else would make him be still? I don't care how much a dog is not aggressive or is not a barker. If its owner is bleeding to death somewhere, the dog is going to be curious and show up. The dog is going to do what a dog does. So that makes no sense. That's why I've wondered that. And some people think it might be too far, but then we look at the video camera, we see the car, we know what time that Murphy got out. We know that Maddie was asking Bethany if she knew where Murphy was. So we know the fact that he was missing is a thing. Then we see the car, we hear the voice, 30 minutes or so later, Murphy! And then everything pops off less than an hour later. I'm really wondering if somebody gave him something, whoever might have been causing him to not show up right away the way that he normally would, if maybe that person did something else. I mean,
that's interesting. I've never thought of that. That's interesting point.
It's just weird to me.
That's going in my notes. That's going in my notes.
And I just don't understand why they didn't do more with Murphy. Like, why didn't they give him like a forensic comb down? Why didn't they take blood from him? Like, why didn't they take a urine from him? Instead, Jack just asks, and this is another reason. Jack asks over and over again if he can have Murphy.
Right.
Finally, Dollinger gives in, calls Lanier. Lanier sends Rosendahl to go meet Jack at the shelter. And then he gives him back the dog. No cops even know what's going on. There's all that miscommunication and people being like, oh my God, where's the dog? Well, y'all all suck and no one talks to each other. So there's that.
Yeah.
But why was there no one brushed him? Nothing.
But at the very
nothing.
There's a paw print in the pictures.
Jack says, I don't care about the dog.
Yeah.
I'm worried about my girlfriend. Oh, but then suddenly you want the dog so bad.
The dog so bad. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Straight up.
Yeah,
bullshit.
over and over again. He even asked about it. Like, he asked about him there beforehand, then he asked about it in the interview, and then he kept on asking.
Yeah. Yeah, that's damn, Jules. The whole dog being drug thing. Why did I never think of that before? That's an interesting point.
Well, we also didn't really have anything to go off of it until we got those reports where people, I think there's like 2 reports where people were talking about how Murphy wouldn't come back right away all of a sudden.
Right. Yeah.
And then we know that she saw somebody outside the house. She called Bethany and was like, there's a guy out here. And then there's a guy at the trees. So we know something's going on, but we know it wasn't Koberger. So
I'm telling you, bud, this is why these women are important.
I've been saying that. You know me better than that.
I know. I'm just playing.
Hologram Murphy, right?
Yeah.
He's all over that. I've always said I thought it would be interesting to take Murphy and put him in the room with Brian Koberger.
I've said that, yes.
Yeah.
I've said the
Watch
same
his reaction.
Let's see how he reacts to him. Because if he remembers that damn scent from that night, oh, you bet he's going to react. Even years later, even today, he would have a reaction.
Absolutely. He would either cower away from him because he knows he killed. That's the guy that killed mommy. Something, yes. Yep. And then I said the same thing about put him in the rooms with Showalter, Decor, which, Decor's his daddy, but whatever. But, all these other people, and see what his reaction is to these people. It would be, it's just like putting him on a damn stand, folks. Yeah. Obviously, he can't talk, but it will give an animal, and Logan, I know you'll agree with this wholeheartedly. In animals more in tune with them than we are, period. Okay. and they know good people, bad people, period. End of story. So
for sure.
100%. And I think that would be very telling, folks. They will
Mhm.
never do it, but it would be very telling.
I just don't know why they didn't do it to begin with. Like once they
Right.
had him in custody, I mean, even if they didn't want to tell us about it or whatever, like why wouldn't you bring Murphy in and just like put him in the same room to see his reaction? That
Yep.
would have been like number one if I was the damn detective. Like, hey, well, this dog was here. He was there the entire time apparently. So let's see what this dude does. There would have
It could
been
have helped. Yeah. Well, here's the thing though. They may not have done that because it may have helped point the other direction.
I mean,
If he-
honestly, if Murphy would have went right up to Brian and let him
That's
pet
it.
him and all this other
Yes.
shit, yeah, that wouldn't have looked
Yes.
good on their part. Yeah.
Not at all. So yeah, that's my reason why I believe they didn't do it.
No,
Yeah, it
the
makes
paperwork.
perfect sense.
I
Yeah.
really wish that technology would stop focusing on stupid shit that doesn't matter and focus on
Yeah.
can we figure out how to have, animals talk to us? Because like, come on, how many things would be solved?
No
We'd have been-
doubt.
He'd have told the whole story at this point. We'd have been done with it. Definitely been done with it. It's insane. It is
It is.
absolutely
It's
insane.
wild. It's actually insane. Like not even a joke. It's actually insane. And that's like the
Yeah.
most light you can put it.
Yeah, right.
I just don't
exactly.
even, I just don't know. I don't know. I just know nothing is pointing where they want us to believe that it points.
No.
And I don't
Never.
feel like the more information that comes out that's going to change because we're getting the later information out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like the most analyzed. That's after all the evidence. That everything that we're going to get at the end of all of this
It's
is all going to
skewed.
be like beforehand, before the testing and before all of the analytics.
Covered up. Yep,
Yeah,
it's
we're
all
not going to
fucked.
get anything else from this. Nothing that's going to point to where they
They're
want
just-
it to.
Continue to spin the shitstorm.
Mhm.
The amazing thing with this entire case, I was talking about this yesterday, is how it's obvious the prosecution did not convict Brian. Okay. The mainstream media and the public court of opinion convicted Brian, and
Yeah.
they knew that. They used the media as a tool and they let it run day one on till the sentencing hearing.
I mean,
and
even
then
today, they're not being honest.
No,
They
not
could.
at
They
all.
could come out and talk about stuff, but what did TMZ do when Christy dropped the video that she played from the DMV? They twisted all over the place.
Of course.
And now we're finding out, oh, you mean he was going to change his plates beforehand, but he was told
Right.
to wait? So what are the guilters going to use now? He changed his plates because he was told when to change his plates, you idiots. You can't use that against him anymore. What are
Well,
they
in the-
Garbage.
Right. Atlanta did the interview with Peggy Gunn, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
she said she has she had no issues with Brian. He didn't make her uncomfortable. None of that bullshit. This is the incel murderer that did this, and we could all see it in the
Yeah.
interview how comfortable they were with each other. Come on.
Yeah,
I
it's
think-
normal conversation. She said it's normal for people to talk to her like that. Seems nice and friendly. She didn't get no weird vibes from him. She joked around with them. Normal interaction.
Yep.
I think
Yep.
Peggy is the only smile I've had in many days out of
She's-
Simone from that town.
She seems real down to earth, genuine. Yeah.
Oh my
She-
God.
She was real. She didn't.
Yeah.
I even because I was in there watching that with Lana, and I was in there thanking her in the chat. I said, "Thank you for being honest and being true to
Yeah.
yourself," because a lot of these people wouldn't do it. Most of the, in my opinion,
Yeah.
most of the statements that were made from WSU was a bunch of bullshit after Brian was arrested. I think
Yeah.
to
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I think they helped to point to him, in my opinion, truly.
one thing that I thought, and after she said, so she was gagged for an X amount of time, and then, she got an email or a text or text on that she could talk, right? Which was complete bullshit. But, she was in the dark. She didn't know. She was an innocent person. She's cool. But people that were closer to this, that were gagged, what were they told before that gag was lifted, and how much were they pushed on what they could or could not say? And is that why? How many people got just scared over this, and they're like, "Oh fuck, we don't even want to talk about it," and that's why that whole town continues to go, "Oh, nobody talks about it."
Yeah, I agree. Kim,
That's fucked.
I mean, I just don't understand how she could follow the rules, but all these other people can't.
Mm-hmm.
We also see no punishments. There's even one of the reports where the grand jury violations that Steve Consalvis straight up came out and told us about and are reiterated in this damn James Patterson book. And I FOIA'd that information and they told me that it doesn't exist.
And these motherfuckers
That's
are out there
cute.
making laws and shit.
Emails, but to me, they're saying that there's no record of it. Well, then why is there a report?
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Everything I asked for, it's nothing but drama, nothing but bullshit.
Trash.
Yeah. That's an understatement.
I've never seen a case so secret.
What did you, speaking of that, this was something I was going to ask you from the beginning, but did you remember the text message between him and Brat, that whole thing that went back and forth? And he makes that statement. Brat comes on, says to him, well, Dylan's a liar. And Steve comes back to her and says, yeah, she absolutely is a liar, but she's being protected by her stepmother's
something about
law
the
firm.
families. He says something, and I have all the messages on my computer somewhere. He says something about how the girls are really protected.
Yeah, I wonder what. She was a Boise attorney, correct?
I don't know where she did it at, but
isn't that where
Dylan's stepmom?
Isn't that where they're from?
Might have been.
Oh,
Wherever Dylan was. Yeah.
Wonder what her ties are to these folks in the case records.
Besides Dylan being her stepdaughter, I don't know. That's interesting.
But Steve also said the grand jury was curious as to why Dylan wasn't getting charges.
Right.
Yep. Bingo. And then what the other thing I was going to add to that was that he makes a statement in that same bracket of text messages about the Showalter family threatening him, and actually walking up his driveway and knocking on his door and basically telling him, you need to leave this alone or stop talking about this or something, or there's going to be consequences. I thought that in the Mortensen family, both were threatening him, he said. And that was, Jesus.
I don't remember that. I haven't gone through all the messages because I'm still, I think we're about to do like episode 3 of all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's in there.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, yeah, probably so. That wouldn't shock me. That wouldn't shock me.
That's wild to me.
Why you have to question like what would be unless it was the fact that they were trying to like push it on him and they were trying to just protect Showalter, maybe. I don't know. I don't really trust that situation either because of like the fact that there was blood in his apartment, there was blood in Jack Decor's apartment.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of questions about him, and he's got an anger issue all over the place. The backpack
whole shit with that connection. I'm telling you, that whole separate investigation, whatever. What we just talked about earlier. I don't know. There's some weird shit there.
Who has that breakdown?
And
which one?
What he's talking about the
ISP.
Yeah, where do y'all have that to where I can like look at what y'all are talking about where it comes to different case numbers?
Right now?
No, you can email me.
Oh yeah. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
And it's specific. But tell me, like after Homie got ditched there at the grub truck, did he really walk home 20 to 30 minutes by himself? That's fucking bullshit.
His timing, I remember them saying that his timing didn't really add up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't walk home.
There's a lot of conflicting statements that he made that don't line up. Like going to the cannabis shop, like is in
the next day when he was supposedly gone.
Well, he
was at Floyd's.
Well, in the phone call, he said he left Monday morning. I think
Monday morning.
Monday morning, he took off to his parents' house.
That was the
why was he calling and like it like so dramatic about reaching out until he talked to somebody and recalling again and again and again? That was interesting to me too. Like I have to basically, it was acting like I needed to speak with you guys. I thought it was real important, so on and so forth. If you had anything to do with anything,
at night. Every night?
Thank you.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Why can't you sleep? What's on your mind?
If it was like regular during the day, maybe, but yeah, late at night like that, that's interesting.
That's bullshit. After he barely knew some of the people at this house, and maybe he never hung out there that much, huh?
No, I don't believe he didn't know. He acted like that's another thing that bothers me is when he claimed that he didn't know Kaylee. Bullshit.
Why is she always, her and Maddie, they're always kind of like in the distance ish, especially Kaylee.
Yeah, the Kaylee thing isn't. Well, when it came to Showalter, I kind of, honestly, him saying that he doesn't know Kaylee like that doesn't bother me for some reason. I feel like because they're older.
Yeah.
And they were like in separate classes and stuff like that. And we know that they were in separate sororities. And
cliquish,
it's probably like really, there's probably several people that know Maddie more or know Kaylee more and don't really know the other one more. So that doesn't really bother me like too much. When it comes to that, it's Hunter doing that is what bothers me.
Oh yeah, that's a
Jack, for sure. See him at the house and doing all that other stuff, but Hunter Johnson pretending like he doesn't understand Kaylee's name is actually Kaylee is crazy.
That's bullshit. Motherfuckers always answering the door and shit.
Because they were playing the champagne, whatever the frick you call it, with the zip ties. They had the zip ties on because they were the ones that were zip tied together. So how do you not know her name?
Yeah, he came outside with her for the Rosenthal interaction. Sat
Yeah,
there
out
the
the
whole
sliding
time
glass
until he
doors.
left, and then he goes in. Right.
Yeah, and then he opens
Twice.
the door in the other one where apparently no
Yeah.
one was home. Him and the Conrad guy in the other interview
Yeah.
that got posted are the ones at the door.
And then they end up getting her on the phone at some point. If that's mistaken, I'm not
Maddie.
mistaken. That's
That
the
was
same
Maddie.
one.
Maddie.
Maddie
Yeah.
on the phone, yeah.
Like, yeah, okay. What
Yeah,
the-
but there's a lot of people that really kind of were like distancing themselves from Kaylee.
Uh-huh. See?
A lot of people have noticed that. I noticed that. It's weird considering that she was still living there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And then the whole thing with she's going to Texas, but then she's not going to Texas. She moved out, but she really didn't move out. She broke up with Jack, but what was going on? And there's too many things that are just driving me nuts with
And
that.
there's no reason for it.
So the room that I'm going to say that's in the basement, the bottom floor, right? That had that whatever bullshit treadmill, and you know what I'm talking about, right? Help me
Say
out.
that one more
God.
time.
You might
She-
the spare room that had like the computer in the bed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that was kind of like her office. It seemed like I'm going to say.
Yeah. That's what they use it as.
Computer,
Yeah.
If she had one of the biggest rooms in the house too, right?
She had the biggest room in the house.
Why
yeah.
was that shit in another room? Tell me that.
No. I don't feel like it
I
should
think
have.
they all used it for that, but yeah.
Yeah,
It
like-
didn't-
Did-
that's-
It's weird.
But did they?
that's-
Because if they did all use it, why did it seem like it was all her stuff in there?
I don't know. I mean, that's
I don't
we
see.
were told. Where the hell did we hear that Maddie and Kaylee worked? I think it was doing that in that area. I think. Don't quote me on that one. I might be wrong.
No,
on that.
I remember hearing that she did like she had a space where she worked from home, but that it was just like too noisy, blah blah blah. That was whenever they were lying about her living there.
Right.
But why
right.
would you want to be upstairs where there's less noise?
Yep.
And then downstairs where the door is right there. Like that's opposite of normal.
That's weird. That
I
is
was trying to
strange,
push
too.
that to a point, but
Mhm.
you get it.
Yeah.
And that's why I wonder if that's where she was at when she gave with the whole looking up the registered sex offenders for work thing.
Mhm.
That's
Yep.
something else that's been dinging in my mind too.
Got to
that
keep it
bothers
away
me a
from
little bit.
all the rest of the scene of the house.
Something else she was doing like that wouldn't pertain to work. I couldn't imagine for what she
no,
was
that
doing
was
for her
just
job.
like safety stuff, I guess.
Yeah, that was. But she said it was for work. That's the thing that gets me. I wonder.
So what are y'all's thoughts on Enon Harsh now that there's reports that are coming out and he's nowhere?
Yeah, that's.
I'm about to do a really like he's gonna hate me when I'm done.
What do you think?
He's creepy to me. I can't put my finger on it, but he's creepy
So
to
weird.
me. He always has
He's-
been.
He's
Why
always
did
mean-
he
been
have
off.
to enter himself?
I'll say it like this: if it's not the frats, it's Enon.
Mm.
You still think he's in it? Like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't think he did it by
the chick-
himself though.
The chick from 1119 even mentions how he just walked straight up into the apartment that she was in and just goes straight to the back of the apartment, doesn't say hi, doesn't say nothing, just walks in like he owns the damn place.
What?
Of his rocker, like drunk as shit, asking if some girl named Sarah is there, and he just like
Oh,
straight
yeah.
up.
Where'd
Didn't
you
even
hear
take
that
a
at?
bottle of wine, huh?
There's a channel called either Dead Warpool or War Deadpool.
Oh,
I'll send you the link for it. It's like a 7-hour live that he posted as a video. And about 3.5 hours in, she talks for the remaining 3 hours, and that section is in there. But I also
Okay.
know that he's just full of shit. So when Lana had him on, she pulls up the map and
right.
she's asking him where the freaking SUV is, this baller SUV. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
There is no freaking baller SUV.
We
He's
didn't
got
see
12 hours
shit.
of footage to prove that. So dude is lying. Then he says he's the car that pulls in at like 127 on Linda
Right.
Lane.
Yeah,
I
where's
can't
his
see the
shit?
car pulling in on the 1112 cameras. Nothing he said is
Didn't
freaking
yeah.
physically proven.
because didn't he have an electric car at that point?
It's some small car.
No, it
Some
wasn't
small-
electric. It was just
No.
a
I thought it was like
it was like a Subaru or something.
Yeah,
he had at
something like a
one point.
Subaru.
that motherfucker ain't.
Yeah,
in
I'm
there.
gonna, and I've like said it for a while, and I just haven't done it yet. But he claims that he came home to like a subpoena on his door. But
Yeah,
when Lana asked him in those interviews from a long time ago to show her the paperwork, he never did.
he never did. That's right.
And he says he went down to the police department to pick it up. Well, I'm about to FOIA your ass because I want to know for sure. I don't believe him. I think that he is a weirdo. I don't trust him whatsoever. You literally like put yourself into this, going
Yeah.
into all of these interviews, calling
Yeah.
all these pieces. You got bushy eyebrows and you're a chef that's really good with knives. I don't like you. If it's not it's not fraternity related to where it's orchestrated and they know the area, then it's Enon. Those are the only two options that I have. I don't have any other theories.
You
Why is
don't
he
think he
inserting
did it by
so
himself?
much?
Why? What, Logan?
Why is he inserting himself so much from the very
And
beginning?
nothing, yeah, and then there's nothing there. We don't see anything. There's no documents. There's no reports about him being interviewed.
No.
Nothing.
Nope. Not one. I remember going through when we went through all the supplemental reports from MPD and then the ISP stuff. I don't see him once. Not
No.
once.
We all looked.
So if he was subpoenaed, then why is he not in there? That's something that's interesting to me too. That's a good point. Maybe we need to go back and look at him again.
I plan on it. I already plan on it. One of these days when things calm down a little bit, I plan on it because he's not. He's lying.
He should have, according to him, he should have been on the defense list, right? He was going to and not on there.
The first time, yeah.
But then his story about that is weird as shit too, because the way that I remember him telling Lana was that he like showed up when he was supposed to go to court, but nobody was there and nobody knew what he was talking about and blah 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 blah. I'm like,
fucking dumb.
What kind of freaking story are you telling? Like
that
talking about
yeah, that's bullshit. I agree with you. That's bullshit.
No, none of it. Nothing he said added up. Now I know that we do. Well, I can say I know, but I don't remember watching him a lot to know what his cat looks like. But in some of the house, like door-to-door stuff, he's in one of the door-to-door canvassing videos where he's being spoken to. And his little white cat walks out of the apartment and people are like, that's freaking Enon. So that's the only part we have is that little bitty section where he didn't hear shit and he's useless. And then they go on to the next house.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't trust this dude. The only SUV that's at the corner, he literally, on the map that Lana pulls up, it's the 1112 dumpster corner that he points at. We have 12 hours of that footage. That damn SUV is not there.
So okay, let me ask you this then, because this vehicle drives me nuts. At 429, that loud ass, and it's not that, I don't think it's the SUV that belongs to the Chapin.
No.
It comes around the corner and it pulls up, and the way we're listening to it, it's got a really loud exhaust on it, and it's some form of an SUV.
I think it's a Toyota Sequoia.
I don't know. It could be.
Are you talking about the one that sounds like it's sort of like slowed down, but like gassing?
A little bit, and then it sounds like it actually stops in front of the house because you don't see when you look at the house across the street, you don't see the taillights going up over the hill.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's loud, really loud. It's got some kind of an aftermarket exhaust or no exhaust at all. It sounds like it stops. You hear the dog start barking like crazy, and then I want to know who that is.
So
and is that what he was talking about?
I had a fleet of Tundras, so I had 4 of those things. And when the catalytic converters go out, tell me, I'll show you later. I did something on it, but I swear it's identical. That's why I think it's a Sequoia. And there's like a 3-year range, and you can tell like when it drives out by the stop sign, you can see. I'm telling you, but yeah, it's interesting. Who is that?
That's what I mean. I want to know. I don't believe that is any of the Chapins. I don't believe that vehicle that belongs to the Chapins ever moved. I think it was there that whole time, other than when it was used for whatever. But I always wondered if that loud ass SUV was what he was trying to describe at that point, because if he was, it kind of makes sense, but we can't get a clear video of like what it looks like to be able to see if it's all
but
souped
the
up.
problem with that though is that he's not pointing to the 1122 parking lot.
That's what you were
he's
saying.
He's pointing to like, at the dumpster. So when I went back and like, it's probably been like 2 months now since I've gone back and like rewatched that interview that she did with him. But as soon as she pulled up that map and it's right there, I'm like, that's the freaking dumpster.
He's so shut the fuck out.
I don't, nothing he said was adding up.
I think we're going to go back and take a look at him too, because we did it once, but that was.
He's a weirdo, bro.
Yeah. He's definitely
And hearing
strange.
that he just has a history of just walking up in somebody's shit, not knocking, no, hey, I'm Enon, is so-and-so here, just straight up, where's Sarah? As he walks back to the back of the apartment, like, I'm sorry, I'm about to put something through your head. Get out of my house.
Thank you.
Where did he belong?
Didn't he have two different addresses too?
Yes, he had a house in an apartment in Pullman and an apartment in the area of the university because it had high ceilings and he liked to do his weird juggly shit.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
He's got bushy eyebrows. He's a freaking weirdo. He has no personal space boundaries because he just goes into people's houses and he's good at with a knife. Unlike Koberger, who couldn't fillet a fish and ended up not being able to stay with his fish job.
And when shit got hot, he left California.
Yeah, he took off.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
After lying.
He sold his car. Fuck yeah.
And he had, I'm pretty sure the man owned a white Elantra at one point in time, but it was after this, I think.
He said, I think he said his ex-girlfriend had
Or
it.
his ex-girlfriend, maybe.
Oh,
Okay.
my God.
Yeah.
This fucking cat
Interesting.
had a car.
Not that he never drove it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right. He had like 5 cars, you guys. 5 different cars. Remember that Jules, that that
How
whole
old was
dossier
this
he
cat?
wrote about being a drug dealer? You remember that?
I remember
whole-
him being like really uncomfortably honest about a lot of stupid shit. Yeah.
I feel like this dude was like 26 years old.
No, I think he's in his 30s.
He's
Oh
in his
my
30s.
fuck, Jules.
Yeah.
Living
He's
around
older.
a college kid.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's one of those guys.
Mhm.
He's another Joe.
Joe
Joe.
Vito-
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
That's
he's
the guy. Another one I
creepy.
can't stand.
Hey, nothing ever happens around here.
right. Like I really want the orientation video for the University of Idaho because I know there's got to be some sort of subliminal bullshit in the back of that damn thing. There's no way everybody says that.
Yeah.
It's
That's
too creepy.
it is something that makes no sense because
Even
so much
talking to
shit.
the cop, Dylan says it like 5 times in front of the crime scene, standing on a little mat covered in a blanket. Nothing happens in Moscow. Why do you keep saying that?
it was so weird.
But you
So
call.
damn
But
weird.
see, this is another thing, though. What does Emily tell us about her dumbass? That she literally is a cry wolf and will call people to come and check on shit all the time because she hears noises, but nothing
Yes.
happens in Moscow. Then what you scared for? What you calling people to the house all the time for? But the one time you see a motherfucker walking around, you don't call nobody. And my
Yep.
big thing with that is you walk out and you see Xana on the floor
Yo,
and she's in underwear and you just saw a man walk out of your house and you don't instantly, as a woman, go and make sure that something crazy didn't just happen. I'm sorry.
Nope.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
was
No.
tipsy, man.
You are
Jesus.
correct.
I
Golly.
don't trust
You are
nothing about
correct.
that girl.
Ms.
And
Ms. Logan,
She remembered enough because 8 hours later she remembers.
Hey.
Xana didn't move.
I
She
had to
remembered
send
too
that
much.
paper at 8
Yeah.
or 9 o'clock at night, though. You know, I was home working.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, she remembered too much. I'm sorry, but way
Yeah.
too much. And in the details,
Du-du-du-du.
there were too many details for her to not know anything. That's
Yeah.
what pisses me off. Sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
And then when she answers stuff, she's like instantly like, no, but then halfway through her words, she flips it and she starts answering.
The
I
told
said
you?
that. I said she
Mm.
answers these questions with every answer you can give, Jules. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I don't think so, but wait,
I don't remember.
look, I think my brain could have made it up. My brain could have made it up so I'd remember it. Like,
They're
what the fuck
pushing
did you
me
just
again,
say?
Mom. What do I say
But
now?
Xana didn't move a hair. That's why I knew something was wrong because she was in the exact same position she was 8 hours ago. Yeah, covered in blood, just like you
Right.
saw before and you did shit.
There's no
Yeah.
way she saw
One-
Xana from the out that area.
Yeah.
There's no way she saw her. That especially if that door was partially closed. All you
don't
saw
know
were
if
her
it
feet.
was.
If you saw anything,
I don't know if
that's
it was
all I'm
closed.
saying.
Joey. They
I
were
don't think it was
partying
closed
that
at
day
all.
before.
I don't
Well,
think
she
it was
said-
closed either, and I think the lights were on too.
Well,
Mm.
yeah, I agree with that. But
Mhm.
didn't they say that in
Oh,
her
yeah.
second interview she said the door was? Well, no, she did answer that 3 different ways too. I
You
think
did
it was
something
open. It
on
might
this
have been
one, huh?
closed, but no, it was probably open or something like that. Yeah. Okay.
Some dumb shit. Yeah, she kept just going back and forth.
You just did something on this, right, Logan? With
She
the
kept
whole
going
door
back and
thing?
forth.
Yeah, I did. There's
It's a
blood on
whole
the back of
different
the
thought.
door, and I think
There's
it was
blood
blood
on the back of the door.
during
and
the crime, but I think
Roll-
it was open when Dylan saw it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
there is blood on the back of the door.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, dude, I'm not gonna go in on you tonight, but you say this all the time.
Who are
Okay.
you talking about, Willis?
Gillen did her best, and I'm sure
I can't
now
stand
that
this
she
little
wishes
Damn it,
she
loser.
Jeff
had never
H.
opened her mouth. She didn't do.
He's so dumb.
Forget it. I'm not even gonna speak on it.
It's
I'm
not
just
even
gonna
worth
leave
it. He's so stupid. You can
I'm
he
just-
could you could literally like put him in a coma and feed him data links through some sort of like thing that Elon Musk freaking created of all of the facts and all of the evidence, and he'd still come out with the bullshit. He's so worthless, useless.
Oh my god.
Everything.
Thank you.
Dumb.
Thank you. Thank
She
you.
sharpened the pencil, Tandy.
That's what turned me from being super careful, like about what I said about the survivors when I realized that where Xana was and all of that and not calling and no way, unforgivable. You don't do that. You don't do that to a roommate. No.
While admitting that you heard everything.
Well,
And,
and you know
with
some
Bethany saying she saw Xana do drugs that night. What?
right.
And she's
right.
laying on the floor and you do nothing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. And why
Those are my
didn't you
roommates.
use your Bethany? Why didn't you use your friend finder app to figure out, since they weren't answering their phones, just to see if they were at the house that you supposedly have, the way you found them there the morning before at Taco Bell? Remember that one?
I was just too busy
Yeah.
trying to find Dylan in her charger.
You worried about Thanksgiving dinner?
Jesus, can we go
That's what
home
they're about.
already?
No
Can I
idea
leave
where
tomorrow?
Kaylee and Maddie were. We don't know where Kaylee and Maddie are.
No.
And see, isn't that the craziest shit? Is that like all of Dylan's story is about hearing Kaylee. All of it is about hearing Kaylee.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the cops showing up and all of that, suddenly Kaylee's forgotten about.
Poof. Yep.
Right.
It's
Like-
like these points where they got to enter her, but then they gap her out because they don't want to really tell the whole fucking part of the story.
No, they're not being honest about anything.
Can you move, Kim?
I'm moving. Can you
She's
hear me?
buzzing.
Yeah, and you just your picture keeps freezing. That's all. No big
Frozen
deal.
I know.
days.
As long as we can hear you, you're good.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's getting tapped, buddy.
That's crazy stuff.
She hears noises.
Crazy.
She said she's
stuff.
been hearing noises in her chat. Mm-hmm. Wait
I
till
think
they
it's
cut-
my ice maker. I'm hoping.
Are you sure it's not? Is Carlo?
Trying to
It's
text it.
Carlos.
Hold on here.
Not right.
I'm looking at. Give me a minute, guys. I'm kind of scrolling chat just to make sure. I've been trying to follow.
Yeah, let's just do it.
What do you think about? I don't know if we talked about this earlier. Is it a 17-minute phone call that supposedly? Jack
Oh
doesn't-
yeah.
Did you guys talk about that?
No, we didn't
My
go
dumbass
for it.
brought it up, but
Yeah, I'd like the interview. I asked for the interviews and they're like $500 for both of the interviews. So I told her to separate them. And I want to hear exactly what he says with that because the verbiage in the report is weird. And I don't really know if it's just like I don't trust these damn police reports. It's been
Right.
proven over and
Nope.
over again that they are not accurate. Even when it comes to the body cam, there's stuff in like Noon's report that doesn't match to what we actually see. Stuff is like flip flop between him and Eric Warner. So I
Mhm.
want to hear the interview, but I also just want to see the freaking like phone records. Like none of these people have the same phone numbers. We all know they
No.
switch their phone numbers. Like there's
Mhm.
nothing that's going to be like an invasion of actual privacy if you just show us
Yeah.
the freaking phone records. Why can't you do that?
Right.
So
Thank
instead
you.
of reading reports that are horribly summarized by people that don't obviously pay attention or go back and check their work before they write the report, I just want to hear the damn interview. So once we get
Mhm.
that, we can sort of figure it out. But it sounds to me like there was a 17-minute freaking phone call that nobody told us about. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So I want the proof. I want the information. But I
And that
also
was-
want like all of the text message information between them for like 2 or 3 days prior to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
There.
There's
She
lead
showed
up
up
to
on
shit.
Friday. I want to see what they were discussing. I mean, maybe
Jesus
not like their
Christ.
actual conversations, because maybe that would be an invasion of privacy or whatever they're going to try to say. But at least show us their timestamps. Show us
But-
that they were in communication.
Look at all these other cases. Like, what's this trashy girl that?
Gypsy Rose.
Look at all the detailed text messages in the. It's
Yeah. They should not
Scarilla
be-
Maria something, whatever, the teen girl that crashed her boyfriend into the
Oh,
building.
Kenzie
and
Skrilla.
Golden, yeah.
Oh, that
Look at
happened
all
here.
those detailed
Yes.
text messages.
Mhm.
Down, like, yeah,
Different
Yeah.
states, different rules, which is so stupid.
iPhone,
Never-
non-iPhone.
Everything in Idaho is different. Everything.
Hey.
Mhm.
Just like the fact that the coroner doesn't go in until after the prosecutor and the lead investigators. Are you fucking with me?
That's weird.
Seriously?
The
That's
souvenir
such
girl?
bullshit to
Yeah,
me.
that's weird.
I've been obsessed with that the whole time, and I've been complaining about it because I pulled up the law and read it, and it states in there that the coroner, and just like here, I've been on these scenes. You guys know that. I still don't understand it, and I haven't got to talk to you and bitch to you about it, so that's why I'm doing it again. But like, she was there at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. She told them, Gunderson told what's his name, she's here, or vice versa. I'm sorry, she's here. I'll just have her stage over on King or whatever, so on and so forth. And she said she let the police do their thing.
Mhm.
They
What are
didn't
you
know
talking
where to
about,
put
do
her
their thing?
into a time point yet.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, once she goes into this house, we know that the media or whoever, that is a staple time point.
Mhm.
They didn't know what the fuck to do, right?
Yeah, I don't think they did.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of it because
Plus, she's
talking
useless.
well, yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
yeah, you could say, yeah. Mhm.
But they had all day. They were in that house all day long. Okay, back and forth,
Yeah.
doing whatever the hell they were doing.
Waiting for
And then
orders.
she goes in, waiting. It's almost. I think they were waiting for Bill Thompson to show up. Is what I
Yep.
think. Okay,
How's
Probably,
Billy
yeah.
gonna spin it?
or Ashley, one of the two. I think they
Mhm.
waited for that, and then once, because it's interesting that after that happens, then she shows up, goes in the house 8 o'clock at night, and then takes custody of the bodies, does everything you're
Mhm.
supposed to do, What
Yeah.
is it? Almost 24 hours later. It's ridiculous.
That's what happens when you got
Exactly.
like 3 to 4 players that are in part of this that you got to link up around Thanksgiving, get everybody together,
Yeah.
and then send it.
And we still have footage
on-
missing from that too. We still have like some hours. Because when Connor put out the first part where we see the bodies coming out, and then he released the second part, it's actually flipped. But there's also hours missing in between those. And there's also hours missing after. So we know that in the first one that he released, that's technically his part 2. It's most likely going to end up being part 3 once we're done and everything. But then part 4 should have where Blaker then escorts Maddie and Kaylee's bodies to the funeral home. And I also FOIA'd Jay Waters' body cam because he's the one who actually escorts Xana and Ethan's bodies. So I want to see that cam because he shows up, turns it off, turns it back on, does the escort, gets to the funeral home, turns it off during the time, turns it back on. Like I want to see all of that. But then Blaker also does his own round of escort.
That's
Right.
a good one.
So I know that a lot of people, when the footage came out and they were talking about like coming back the next morning, a lot of people were like, "Oh, Stacy was right. She went over there and Ethan's body was
Yeah.
there." No, that was them the conversation, and we have hours of footage missing in a report that says that they were not left overnight. So why Stacy comes out and says that, I don't know. It's not true. People feel sad.
She probably just guessed at
Yeah.
it or something. That's my guess.
She swears that she says this to a police officer that's standing guard at the house.
Okay, that's
an
interesting.
interview that there's one cop car standing guard at the house and they're standing there and she makes a statement about how her son is still in the house. That's bullshit because you would have already known. You were first on scene. Well, Jeff was technically first on scene, but she was the first one to get a hold of people. She knew exactly what was going on. She was there the whole time. She was calling all kinds of shots. Even if she wouldn't have been walking up to that house with the one officer there and making that statement, the officer would have been like, "No, ma'am, the bodies were already removed. That's why I'm the only one here." Like, there's no way that he would have just let her think that.
Right.
As
No,
a
that's
mother.
thank you. That's exactly bingo. 100%.
So I don't know, but Blaker definitely shows that he escorted Maddie and Kaylee, and what we saw, which is still crazy because they take like Ethan down and put him on the floor. Like, what are you doing? That made me so mad.
Yeah,
That
I
pissed
agree.
me off so much.
I've been
makes
on many body removals, and I've never seen it done like that. I'm sorry, but I never have.
Didn't they
Biggest
just
fucking
wait
crime
until the
scene in
gurney
this
was
fucking
there?
town, and they got a
That
fucking
whole thing was weird as hell. I'm
It
sorry. And
was.
they bounced somebody down the damn stairs too, Jules. You can hear
That's fucked up.
in the one
That's
video them
fucked
coming
up.
down the stairs, and you hear and I'm like, what
You
the
gotta be
fuck are you
shitting me.
doing? Like, you picked up the sled and they're supposed to put them on a sled like that in the bag, and you bring it. It's called a sled, and then you bring it down the stairs, and I swear you can hear something thumping down the damn stairs. It's ridiculous. So
Nothing is professional, so it wouldn't shock me.
no, not at all.
I don't understand why they moved him until the gurney got there. Like, what was the point of putting him on the damn ground?
Yeah, it's definitely
That
way
made
off.
me mad. I don't know how the
Completely
Chapins
off.
aren't pissed about that. I'd be mad.
They all should be pissed about things
Yeah,
that,
like
yes.
the whole silence thing. It's like, how
Well-
can you not like venture to the other side of like what they claim is all the bullshit we're talking about? How?
I don't care.
Mm.
Whatever,
Well,
whatever they think happened here. That's why, like the Enon thing, like it bothers me. But there would be no reason for the Chapins to be stepping in unless like there was a connection between whatever was going on and then Enon, and there's no proof of that. So I always have to go back to the facts, which is regardless of how I feel, the Chapins stepped in to quiet shit up about Ethan on day one.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah,
go
there
back
you
and you
go.
read Brett Payne's like original probable cause that he originally started writing up, like the report that turned into the PCA, there's all kinds of stuff about Ethan in there.
Yeah.
But then the official paperwork had to be written up and we get one sentence about his existence and that's it.
And why? Like this goes back to like the apartments, the multiple apartments. Where the fuck is the shit on the apartments? Huh?
Yeah. And where's anything about Ethan's apartment? Why do we have reports about them going to his apartment and looking for things? Even
Why
if
the
they
hell
didn't
is
find
she working
anything-
for Othram?
Yeah, her doing shit with Othram is so stupid. They didn't do nothing.
Well, guess who's coming next? Because they're key speakers
Different
now.
offices.
They're key speakers, and I guarantee you that Othram pulls them on stage, and now they will be the spokesperson as well. They're getting as many people to support them and to be their voice now as they can, so that they can continue to do nothing. In my opinion, nothing.
Like, they're great
did
with cold
nothing.
cases. They're great with cold cases. They figure out cold cases. But in this situation, y'all failed.
Yeah,
fucking
big time.
cold
You gave
ass
them a
investigation.
72-hour turnaround time, and 18 days later, you didn't have shit.
Nope.
You're
Nothing at
worthless
all.
when it comes to like live cases. So why are we pretending like they did anything? I don't understand that.
They did nothing. They did
did
nothing
nothing.
in this. No.
So I don't know why
Nothing.
they're getting the praise for it. Like they're literally being introduced to places as like, oh, they did the DNA work. No, the frick they didn't.
Well,
They
if
have
you-
to have, in my opinion, Jules, just because they have to have somebody, somebody to put in the spot to be the one that figured this out.
Because it
If you
can't be
need-
the feds. It
If
can't
you
be
need somebody to send it last minute, just hit us up.
What did you say, Jules, about the feds?
it can't be the FBI.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what that's
Bingo.
the whole point of what Hitler demanded, that both sides get together and freaking come up with a narrative. It could not be the FBI. So of course they're going to keep Othram in. They have to for their story. They have to.
100%. Makes perfect sense.
And what's also
Makes
funny to
perfect
me
sense.
is how during the interview they're talking about how when the knife sheath DNA was brought in, that they did like a whole tour and they walked around and showed them all kinds of things and made sure everything was comfortable. No, you didn't. Blaker's report literally says they showed up, they dropped it off, they left. There was no tour. They weren't even there.
Right.
Those two that are always on the camera, they weren't even there when the knife sheath sample got there.
Thank
So why
you.
are you out here acting like y'all did some shit that y'all didn't even do?
None of them did anything. The prosecution did nothing either. I told you
Nothing.
guys, nobody did anything in this case. They didn't investigate it. They didn't prosecute it. None of this went down anyway like they said it did. And here we sit.
The FBI did everything in this case, and they're not showing a damn piece of nothing.
There's reasons too, I believe, for that too. So,
That's
yeah.
why that's the one reason I'm really glad that the WSU lawsuit didn't move to a federal court, because the feds already took too much control over shit. And if this would have moved to the federal court, then a lot of the stuff that they are suing WSU for would have gone away. And even though I'm against this lawsuit, I want the depositions. I want these people to have to get in front of that jury and tell us the truth. I want the reports about what Kohberger was really doing beforehand, because none of it was enough to get him actually gotten rid of. Nothing was enough for them to really take action. And you have to think about the fact they were already going through sexual assault bullshit with the cops at the same time this was happening. Not even 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks before the crimes. That guy who was responsible for starting all of it finally resigned after all the upper hand people were already gone. So you're telling me that they're already dealing with this? And they
Tell
start
me
getting
that shit
reports and
wasn't
stuff,
going
and you just
on.
ignore it?
At the other campus.
Oh, it was.
That's why they work together. I mean,
It
come
was.
on. I think that's part of what the task force was in town looking into in some aspect, possibly. Is
the whole fucking ring.
I mean, it could
The
be,
drugs, that you just, you're
There's
not
a
doing
lot.
that without.
I came from a town that is ran by a university. I know the bullshit.
It's
Makes sense,
it's
yeah.
power. It really is. Like I've had I do have contracts even just with on the pool side. When like these people come to town, like everybody dresses up, everything's perfect 2 months before. It has to look perfect. It's when the investors come in, I'm telling you. I've gotten POs for
insane.
shit to be $30,000 that need to be fixed for 6 months, and these people come to town and they're like, just fix it.
Snap of a finger.
Yes, it's unreal.
Thank you.
In
Donna.
here, they're invested in like different properties. So even like University of Central Florida, when they blew up after their football thing, go ahead.
Keep going. I'll be right back.
After UCF's football program blew up, UCF blew up, and all this student housing started going up. Every single student housing. So if like we maintained a pool at one student housing place, we had to deal with a whole different set of people because it was funded by a different organization. It's wild.
It's all a bunch of third party bullshit.
It is.
It's not
It
surprising.
is.
I mean, that's how the King Roadhouse was.
There's a lot more to that. It's strange. Like we could do stuff over here that we couldn't do over there. It's weird.
Yeah, it's also like very territorial because they'll have different. There's multiple families that are embedded into these, these cultures of these
100%.
university towns, and they run everything. It's like a mini Rothschilds when it comes to these.
And it's out of the country. It's
A lot of them are.
Yep. It's I've seen some.
I think the Greeks, the whole Greek thing should be done. It shouldn't even be a thing.
I
Yeah.
know that my mom is actually friends with a coach at a very high-end, well-known university in a different state. And I know that when something happens on campus or that has anything to do with campus, they have almost like a jury at the college, and you're supposed to contact the college first
Yep.
when anything happens. And that's why Green was called first before
It's like
anybody
living on a
else.
damn reservation.
Yeah, it's a
You
whole
know?
different system.
Yeah.
And that's
like,
what a lot of people go to when it comes to why no one actually called the cops and why a lot of people think that there
Yeah.
was a big, huge cleanup and people that showed up
Yep.
because that's like protocol. And even if you
Yeah.
living at the sorority or the fraternity, like you're still that label, you're still answering to those people. That protocol still stays in place. Even if it's off campus, you have protocol.
There's that
I don't
hotline
trust
number
anything.
that's there for them to call. There's this woman, it's Catherine something. She did a year-long investigation into the sororities and fraternities, and there's that's literally how it goes down.
Mhm.
Even to people over in Washington, there was one girl that she had went back to a fraternity house, third floor, and anyways, she ended up falling out of the window, and she's now paralyzed. Well, she's
Oh my
still
God.
alive, and basically they said that, oh, she was just sleeping on the bed, and the window was open and she rolled out. But anyways, so long story short, it's like there's a lot that didn't come out because that's how it works. They call this number and they organize it.
Yeah.
It's the organization. They protect you, and that's how they pitch this shit. Is we're gonna build you up. We're gonna get you these positions after you're out of here and through college. And here's the part of the system, and they just drill you.
Yeah, because they got to keep it quiet. If anything comes
Yep.
out, it ruins the reputation. It ruins the tourism. It ruins their tuition money. All of it. They even said, like in the freaking body cam video, Brett Payne even makes a damn remark about how attendance was just finally getting up at the university. Home dude, this is a fresh ass crime scene, and your little bitty bald ass that doesn't even work for the university is worried about the university attendance.
And that's
He says it right there. Their bodies aren't even at the house yet.
they're infiltrated into the damn university, and it's all. I can guarantee you, this is all has something to do with the upcoming thing of the Phoenix. Yep.
And you know that he
Money.
works for the university now.
I'd
Yeah.
love to see
Yeah.
what they put on taxes and wrote off for shit around this, including that house.
There's
Well,
no
you
telling.
know that, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not $1 million or $2 million, was donated for their little garden, whatever. And then Green had everybody hired that did it for free. It was all free work.
Yeah.
happening.
And they
Dirty.
did it on the Idaho House names, and they ended up saying that it wasn't just going to be for them; it was going to be for like all the other people that passed away in that area too, which is fine.
Right.
But when you come out here and you say that it's specifically for these 4 people, and you use their names, and you had the families come out, and that's what you used for that, it's the same thing that happened with the whole firing squad thing. They used covert space to push that, to get their funding, to get their votes.
It's a goddamn circle jerk.
Like it's all a bunch of dumb shit.
It's
It's
unreal.
stupid. Yeah, I hate everything.
Good old Dirty Daddy Green.
You say it, buddy.
So stupid.
Miss Kim. Miss Kim, you've been somewhat quiet. What do you got with to add into this or more? Oh no, it's raining. Okay. Hold on. Sorry. Gotta close the window.
I don't know. When you guys were talking about the house, things that we've been hearing, I have to go back and listen to the recent interviews again. But like I said before, the Delta fraternity, Delta Tau, Delta, whatever, has caught my attention. And
Right.
this is crazy thought, but like
That's
thinking
bullshit.
about the Sigma guys that are, always at the house when the noise complaints and all that stuff. I'm like, was there like a battle for the house or something? Because there was that one guy that came out that said he used to live in the
Yeah.
house and the house would flip from like fraternity to fraternity or whatever. And then somehow sororities got involved. I'm like, was
I
there?
feel like
yes,
this was that turf shit.
issues.
Telling
I
you.
know
Well-
there's other issues, but motive wise, but could that play into it somehow? I don't know.
Very,
Just-
very, very early on. You might remember this, Jules. And I mean, like, first couple weeks, I think it was talked about that property was worth a lot of money. Is very, very high end. And I don't know if it's because of where it was, if it was because of what it was, but I remember hearing that really, really early on that property value was super high. Now,
Yeah.
Even besides that, think about what the speculation is about what was going on in that house. Even from from Chief Fry standing up there saying, we don't know if the house was targeted or if the people were targeted. If the house was targeted, why? Is it a commodity with the Greek life? Like to get what's going on? Like whoever lives in the house, do they have access to income or something like that? Like just I don't know. It's just something.
Well, and like we started looking at the house crazy because Olivia came out and said it was a party house. Like if they didn't want us asking questions, they should have shut up. And now they're mad that we're asking questions about the shit that they came out and said. That came out like 3 days in. Oh, it was a party house. And then everybody else was like, yep, sure is. Yep, sure is. Then all the body cam of all the noise complaints. Yep, sure is. Yep, sure is.
Right. And then they tear it down.
The two sororities that had gotten in trouble that year, the Pi Beta Phi and the Alpha Phis, they got in trouble for something. And I wish we could find out what. Like they got that locked down on the internet. I don't know if anybody out there knows a way to find out what the infractions were or whatever. Alpha Phi.
Okay.
On one of Bethany's, she even said it herself.
Like a probationary type thing with just like the university, like just you got to do the classes and that kind of stuff. And it was for violating their health and safety protocols, which also includes drugs and alcohol. But then you've got Pi Beta Phi, and they were in worse trouble. Like they got in trouble with their national sorority.
Okay.
Yeah, that one was nationally. They were on national probation on that one for like a while. I heard.
What the hell would cause them
the house? I don't know.
What did you say, Kim?
I said, and they're in charge of the house. Like they're the ones into the house.
Yeah.
Well, and then apparently, I heard someone mentioned in the live I had earlier that the Delta house was like shut down for like 3 months.
Yep.
Yeah.
In December 2022 until like February of 23, and they try to claim that it was like a busted pipe, and I'm just like, okay, well, everything we're hearing now about the Deltas coming out in these interviews, I'm really wondering.
Bullshit. A busted pipe for 3 fucking months with all these kids.
Anyway.
Motherfucker, what? Yeah, we're gonna send them to the hotel.
No, they're on their own. They got to figure it out.
That's bullshit.
You can find 2025 information on the National Greek website. And God, I just looked it up, but I don't know if the Delta from Moscow was on there or not. They had been. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That can't be true. Somebody just said Joe Rogan died.
No freaking way.
These scammers.
Hold on.
This stupid chat. These things. These motherfuckers.
My phone would have been blowing up.
They've been doing this shit for 3 years, Joey.
True.
I'm looking now and I don't see anything.
It's some wing wang.
I think they're saying that because there's like something going on with him right now about him lying about something when he did an interview with Theo Vaughn a couple of days ago in regards to Charlie Kirk.
No, he's not. DC.
He's alive.
I was gonna.
They're mad because he told Theo Vaughn that he was in Utah moose hunting when Charlie Kirk was killed, and that's not true. Right. He was on a podcast. I think he was talking to Charlie Sheen or somebody like that when Charlie Kirk passed away, because they saw it right then and there on the live stream that they were recording and talked about it. So that's like the argument right now with Joe Rogan, but he's very much still alive.
Why'd they have to interview Charlie Sheen?
Yeah, I think it was Charlie Sheen that he was talking to. It might have been somebody else, but I swear it was
people, that's cute.
Yeah, Charlie on Charlie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, there's like an argument because he lied to Theo about it.
Makes sense.
But he's alive.
Makes sense. That's good. That is good. Miss Logan, what somebody threw it in chat and I seen it. I'm like, that can't be right. So I went and looked immediately. But
I think somebody did the same thing to me a few weeks ago, because I feel like I looked this up not long ago and I was like, what? Because like Tom Arnold from, is it Tom Arnold? No, Brad Arnold from 3 Doors Down. Whenever he died, I was live, and I was like, no freaking way. And I went to go search it. So now every time somebody says something, I'm like, no, they've been just dropping, bro. They've been dropping since like December.
Oh yeah. That's actually true.
It's been crazy. Yeah,
very weird. It's showing it's making me feel my mortality. I'm going to be 52 this year, and I'm like,
Yeah,
No, it
everyone's
makes
just
you wonder.
dropping. It's wild.
Are they just
Yeah.
setting up the AI community? Like, there's no more movie stars coming out, so they're just gonna start AIing
I won't
all
watch
their
it.
old stuff and making money off of it.
Mm-mm.
But
it's
I'm
See
telling
how-
you,
ridiculous.
It's
I
not
won't
true.
watch it.
Yeah,
Somebody in
that's
my
wild.
chat said Billy Ray Cyrus died, and Bianca said that would break my heart.
Remember when he used to be relevant? And that's
Oh my
freaking crazy.
God.
He's so weird now. My
Yeah.
It was the
God.
hairdo. It was the hairdo.
It was
Yeah.
the mullet. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Crazy.
So, Ms. Logan, any where are we at, guys? Time wise, holy shit. Yeah, we might
Goes
need
so
to start
fast.
bringing
It
this
does.
down.
It doesn't
I
feel
guess-
like I've been sitting here for that long.
It doesn't either. It went by quick. I guess let's start getting our final questions out. I'll go with we'll start with Kim. Any last thoughts or questions for Julez, Kim?
I just want to thank you for all your coverage and everything you do. You're awesome.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Ms. Logan.
Yeah, I want to say that I tune into you. I have the bell on every time you post something. I'm there because you are very factual, and I really, really respect that. I do have a last question. My question is,
Yes.
where do you think the timeline starts in this case? If we were to go back to the beginning, where would we
Great
start?
question. Now that's with all the new info that you've brought to us too, with all the screams at 2 something and all this, because I know
Mhm.
it changed for me after getting that stuff you brought too, Julez. So
I will never forget the way I felt hearing that
Oh.
damn sound.
I remember
I
watching
watched
your,
you
your
live
face.
for that.
Reaction, yeah.
Yeah.
We were wa-
I really try to do like an actual reaction to stuff. So I don't normally go in and listen to anything ahead of time. So that, and I wish I would have, because look how quick it was. The time started at 2:25, 2:27, and like, what is it, 14 freaking seconds?
I remember.
Like,
I'll never
I have
forget your
chills
face.
like literally right now, like remembering that sound. There's no way that
Do
didn't
you
have.
think it's a male or a
something.
female scream?
That sounds like a girl.
I think it's
Do you think
female
it's a
too.
female? Okay.
Now this Watch the Obsession dummy, okay,
Yeah.
came out here trying to say that she had answers to this sound and all this other
Oh.
bullshit, but
No.
she is on this live and she's like, well, let me even like ask her and make sure I can even talk about this right now. You've been teasing it for 2 weeks and you don't even have permission to talk, and then she deletes the live.
Yep, because she
And I'm
didn't do
like,
anything in it.
what are you doing?
No.
Why are you even coming out here trying to put a narrative on something? You don't have a single fact. You don't have permission to talk about it. You don't know what the hell that sound was. And on top of that, your story is that their freaking windows were open till 5 o'clock in the morning, but didn't hear people getting murdered next door. Miss me with the bullshit.
Thank
Miss
you.
me with
Thank
the
you.
bullshit. I don't know. I don't know what that's. I don't know. All I know is that scream took place at around the exact same time that Murphy went missing. And
Yep.
the girls were apparently out with him, and then he goes missing. And I don't know what to think about any of it. I don't. I just know that there's no way Bethany didn't hear that sound when she's called people to come and get her before. There's no way if their windows were open that they didn't hear the shit that was going on. Why are you letting people have third-party access to get in there and do whatever they want to for 6 days before Mallory goes and finally pulls it out? I don't. The timeline is definitely not 4 o'clock. No. It's very possible. And the only reason why this is still a possibility to me, even though I didn't really entertain it too much, is that we have no information on Xana and Ethan. That we know there was an argument at that damn party. We know her father has came out and said she was at home. She wasn't feeling good. I was supposed to drive over there. I didn't do it because I was drinking, and I freaking should have. It would have been me and him. There is no reason for any of this to have gone down. I feel like they were probably home. And if anything makes any sense, they were taken out first. And somehow
That's exactly where I've been.
Haley and Maddie, that's the only thing that makes any sense for it happen. There's no way it happened simultaneously in 8 minutes. And we're supposed to just believe one person did it. There's no freaking way. There's no way.
No.
The phone
See,
is also misplaced. Why the frick is Ethan's phone on the ground with a stab mark in it, but Xana's phone's on the bed next to Ethan? And then we were told the whole time Ethan's account was the only thing that was submitted for the DoorDash. Then finally we get the DoorDash information and it's 2 hours before. What?
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
none of this shit makes any sense. I don't understand how every little thing in this is so freaking convoluted and we're supposed to not ask questions. The state doesn't even know what to tell us.
Because they don't all know the
No.
answers either, in my
No.
opinion. Not all of them, at least.
I think
No, and
I
I
do feel like it's more the original timeline. I think it's the 3 to 4, and I feel like maybe something even happened beforehand. That's why Stacy Chapin says something about how 2 o'clock will always be a dark hour. Why would you say that if your kid died 2.5 hours after that? That's weird. Why would you hold that to your heart so close?
I do agree with you, and I think that it could have started earlier on and started as a confrontational thing. It wasn't in some ways it may not have supposed to have been what happened. Okay. And it started as an argument, confrontation,
And it
whatever.
just fueled.
And yeah, exactly. That's the thought I have. And I agree with you. I'll say this. I do agree with you. I've said this recently too, that it's very plausible as I was thinking about Ethan was found completely nude other than his socks and Xana was in her underwear. So I wondered if they got home earlier on, like they said they did, 12:30 or something.
That's why they're not in the timeline. Where's that fucking gap?
Right.
Yep.
And that they were maybe in the room with doors shut, having their own personal time, whatever you want to call it, so on and so forth. And that's why nobody knew that what had happened per se ahead of time, possibly. And
They
so on and
took
so
his
forth.
clothes,
So I'm right
Joey.
with you on that one.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
there's just too much. There's just too much. There's just too much. There's too many things that don't make sense. There's too many things that still have no answers. Why are we still here? Why are we still asking all these exact same freaking questions 3.5 years later?
Because we haven't been answered.
Serving 4 consecutive, 4 life sentences that says that he did it, but there's no proof. No proof of any of it.
Not an ounce of it. Not an ounce.
I just don't understand.
Nope.
I just don't understand. And at this point, I don't even give a shit what the families think, because it's not about them. It's about the truth coming out for the people that really lost their lives. So they can sit there, they can save face, and they can want to make sure that their little reputations aren't tarnished all the frick they want to. It's not about them.
Right. Yes. Thank you.
I wish more people would realize it's about the people that really lost. People get mad because we have this to say about families that lost their kids. Then they need to act like they lost their kid. They need to be asking the right questions. They need to be reading those damn 20 documents given to them on a damn USB drive instead of come out here running your mouth with no education on anything. Why are you even out here talking?
How do you close the book like that and try to move on?
How can you?
Right.
I wouldn't.
Absolutely.
I don't think I could do that on a
You have
dog.
to be literally only out there listening to what News Nation says to be sitting here as stupid as they act.
Thank you.
It makes no
Good
sense.
point. Very good point. Very good point.
I just want the truth to come out because they deserve their stories told.
And that's what kills all of us, Jules, in multiple channels. We've all said the same thing, I think, that we want absolute justice. We've said this from the beginning. We want to see truth, nothing but truth. We're not out here trying to never have been to go after these families, any of them, so we question the things they say and do.
We ask for accountability.
Thank you. That's it right there. And we just want justice. They should want what we want them to want. Period. If that makes any sense, you guys.
They should care that they should be freaking proud of the fact that we give a shit enough.
Yes. Yes.
Because how much of our own time are we sitting here reading through documents, driving ourselves crazy trying to figure out facts? This is what they should be doing.
How many times do you record videos getting ready while you're in the mix of doing family stuff, Jules?
It's constantly on my mind.
Ain't that some real shit?
It's constantly on my mind.
Absolutely.
I can't relax without something reminding me of the insanity. And I tried to I don't know if y'all saw this, but there was one time a couple months ago where I decided all of a sudden, literally at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, I'm going to go get a head massage tomorrow.
Yeah. Yes.
So I get on and I instantly find a place. It's 45 minutes away, just the first one with a good review, and I book it. And somehow they can get me in same day. Last minute decision. I show up in there and the damn good vibe sign on the freaking wall. Not just the good vibe sign, but then the good vibe sign with the plants. And not just the damn good vibe sign with the plants. You know, the fluffy shit on the chair in Xana's room? The stool underneath it was the exact same freaking fur. So the whole time I'm laying there, I'm staring at the damn good vibes sign. And I'm like, this is pointless. I can't relax. Now this is all that I'm thinking about.
See?
Wow.
Definitely said vibe.
That was meant
Insane.
to happen for that's a sign telling you you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Bingo. That's crazy.
It was, as soon as I walked in, I was like, there's no way. I took a video. I was like, you've got to be shitting me. Out of all of the decorations this woman could choose, this random ass person that I only knew existed 5 hours ago. How?
Right.
Wild
That's
shit.
that energy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's
That
crazy.
still freaks me out. My God.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mikey, do you have anything to add to this at the end?
Well,
Questions, any of that stuff?
No, but I just want to thank Jules for all she does, all her hard work, for being a real person.
Yeah.
And I appreciate her and the communication we had to get her out here.
Well, I appreciate you guys caring about the facts as much as I do.
Because
Oh my.
we got to realize
absolutely.
this woman hadn't been on a panel in years.
It's been a minute.
She had
But
moved
Dago's
from
like my first
Excited.
panel. Like
What's
Dago's
that?
where I started doing all this panel-y
Yeah.
stuff.
you know what? And I will say, and this is how this just goes because it flows, but her first reaction email was, damn it, Dago should just call
Why
me.
didn't Dago just ask me? Like, why didn't he just
And
ask me himself?
I would have, but like I said, this is what he does. So that's
what he told me. He said
It
that
just keeps it
he wanted
organized.
to handle it that way. And I was like, he could have just asked me.
Yeah,
but I get what
normally
you're
would.
doing. I get what you're doing, so it's not a big deal.
Even
yeah,
down to like today when he was moving his stuff and like I chimed in, it's like, because if I was in your shoes and I didn't have a link the night before, I'd be freaking out. Kinda. But you know how this goes.
Literally has like cannonballs thrown at it like every 5 minutes. So I've just learned to, I'm here.
But I can fill people in and it's like, okay, well, here's what's going on. So that's how it works.
Yes,
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
no,
So-
we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Oh, this was fun. Thanks for having me on.
And then on my side of things, of course, absolutely. Same thing Mikey said. I absolutely adore and respect you. You know that. I have forever and always will.
Yeah.
Like I said, we started off on this about the same time. We started into this around the same time with Kylie and all that other stuff. So yes, I mean, we've been going nonstop for past 4 years at least. So
nonstop.
I
still
think,
have the same freaking questions.
yes.
What the freak?
Yeah, because I know that you're as unsettled as I am at even the Kylie Rodney case, the way it ended. We were both pissed about that. So
no, I'm still digging into
That's
that
horrible.
case. I'm still digging
that's
into
bad.
that case. I still have conversations with people about that case. I'm still filing stuff about that case. I have like a whole back end thing I'm doing when it comes to Sammy. So yeah,
That's
good.
I don't talk about it a lot because I don't want a lot of people to know certain things that I'm looking at. But I also was told a lot of inside information from Steve Fisher. I have all of our text messages and things that he told me that people don't know about. And I'm not going to stop looking for information when it comes to Kylie either. But that one is really sensitive because she's a minor. So I have to be real. And even though Sammy was an adult at the time, they're still trying to hide her interviews. They're telling me they're on me. And I'm like, bullshit. She's an adult. She was in there. Y'all talk to her.
Some people may not like Steve, but he
I
gets
like
some
Steve.
good tidbits. I do too.
I like Steve.
I did. I never had issues with Steve. I just
Yeah.
had issues with the company he started keeping for a while. That was all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but he's been digging a lot into the Celeste Rivas Hernandez situation
That's
too.
disgusting.
I don't understand how there's no arrest in that case.
I don't
This is
either.
like, oh my god, it's so sick.
That's gross.
that is some crazy shit.
So many
Sick.
wasted lives in that one. It's just, ugh.
And so many people that knew her age, knew what was going on, her
Junk.
family
Garbage.
knew, her brother
Family.
knew. Like, what is wrong with you nasty psychos?
Ugh.
Yeah, thank you.
There's just
I
so
don't
many
know.
humans out there operating in ways that I could just not fathom.
I looked
Yeah.
at the mother and I found it hard to believe that she was just so busy as a hairdresser out of the house that's why all the movement was going on there.
No,
Right.
I don't know.
they're all full of shit.
It is wild, that's for sure. But thank you again for doing this today, and I hope that you enjoyed this enough that you would come back and join us again, because I'm sure there will be, because we didn't even touch the surface on this, truly, honestly, tonight.
I mean, can we ever?
No,
I mean, damn.
not at all.
There's
That's a
so much
fact.
for a second.
That is a
And,
fact.
and
But
look how much more documents we still have that we're waiting on. And
I
look how
know.
slow they are. It's going to be
Well,
some.
they're dropping things and then yanking it back because they're making these weird ass mistakes in this stuff too. That's another thing that's bothering me. We didn't
Double
get into
entities.
that tonight.
It's not even the same entity. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's
Exactly.
weird. Yeah. That's a whole nother
Very
thing.
strange, but
Hard
that's
to
a
keep
whole other
track
thing.
Lies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my God, we could write. Can you imagine if we all got together and wrote a book on this
I plan
shit?
on it.
What we've done?
I plan on
I-
writing a book.
I think
Once
it'd be a good
we
idea.
have all the information, the rest of the interviews, everything is actually, well, it's some years from now. I do want to put together something that's an actual factual timeline, not the bullshit. I would
Yeah.
really, really want to do that.
There is a new book that's out, by the way.
bought it.
Just got. Did you get it? I pre-ordered it too. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that because I have a feeling that may be more along the lines of the truth than what we've seen based on Bloom's book and Patterson and all that other, and Scott Green's chapter, whatever the hell that was. But yeah, I'm interested in that as
This
well.
guy's apparently got like a really, really good like background. He's really factual. He's like done a lot of
Right.
work that a lot of people are like, damn, this is like an important book that he took time to sit down and write this. He obviously sees problems. So I'm
agree.
interested. I'm interested in what he has to say for sure. The
Yes.
29th, I think, is when they said it's going to start shipping out.
Yep.
Or 28th,
Yep.
one of the two. So it's not much
I
longer.
think a lot of people pre-ordered it yesterday and the day before, so I'm down for. I can't wait. Hell, we may have to break it down and do it in here one of these days or something. I don't know, but
It's going to be interesting
again,
to see.
yeah, for sure. So thank you so very much again. Again, nothing but absolute respect and love for you, your channel, your community. We all appreciate you so very much. This was great. And again, I hope you enjoyed yourself enough to come back again so that we can get into more of this. Everybody in here, please, if you have not yet done it, make sure that you have subscribed to Julez True Crime Reactions. And hit the notifier because you don't want to miss anything this lady puts out. It's all amazing stuff. And I'm telling you, you will be super disappointed if you miss out on the stuff she's putting out. So thank you for all of you that will do that. Again, Julez, amazing stuff. I am super, super appreciative of this. And I can't wait till we can do it again.
Yes, ma'am.
So y'all have a great weekend and happy
too.
Easter.
Happy
Yeah,
Easter.
You too. I
Yes.
hope you get all of your ham eaten and all the eggs found and all the things. I hope it's a great day.
I cannot wait for this ham. I cannot wait for this ham.
That
Oh my
carrot
God.
chicken cheese thing that she's got going on. That sounds really good.
Man, just
We're doing ham. Everybody calls them funeral potatoes. I just call them cheesy potatoes.
I
Like
gotta
the
fucking mute this guy.
the shredded potatoes with all the cheese and everything in it.
Like a casserole
Those.
type.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
We're having that, potato salad, mashed potatoes. There's so many carbs. It's crazy in here, but all the things that go along with all that is what we're having. And all,
Oh, yeah.
of course, thank God, my children are finally kicking all of this in. We just have to cook it. So
There you go.
yes.
See, that's the
And I'm
good
gonna-
part of whenever your kids get older is they can start contributing to this stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a
100%.
job now. You're an adult. Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. That's what I've said. It's been years. Like it's your turn.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
You
I hope
talk to
you and the
Bronxy,
kids-
Logan.
yeah,
What?
You better talk to Bronxy. Tell him to get cooking.
Do you hear him? He's talking to me.
No.
so I hope you and the kids have an amazing Easter, Julez, and keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much for all you do and for helping us to get through this ridiculous case and everything you've covered over the past 4 years, I'll say, because it's about the same as me, probably 5, I think. But again, all very much appreciated. So have a great night.
You too.
Have a great weekend, and we will talk to you so soon.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Awesome stuff. Great show, you guys.
Man.
Great show.
That's amazing.
It was
It
so
was-
much to talk about. So much to
Yeah.
talk about. I don't even think we got through half or a quarter of
No.
it. But thank you, Julez, again.
3
How did you-
hours and
any-
1 minute.
Yeah, it was a long one. I was a little bit longer than I thought, but we just
You
kept
know what I
going.
just
So
realized, Dago?
yes, ma'am.
I told you I followed you since like way in the beginning. The same with Julez, like, but
Yeah.
nobody remembers me because it was under like my real name account. So
What? Well,
I'm like,
well,
that's why.
I'm not going to ask you what it is. We'll talk about that later. Then that would make sense. 'Cause I know you had told me that you had been around for years, and I'm thinking like, okay,
Yeah.
well,
I just haven't paid attention.
right.
I probably found all you guys like right after the
Jesus.
first of the year after it happened. So probably
Idaho?
like in November, Idaho, yeah, and then probably like maybe February, I would say. I
Okay.
found you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here we are now, and you got your own
Oh,
awesome channel, and
Well, my bad. I'm sure I blew you off in chat.
very much appreciated that you're here too. What did you think about that, Miss Kim? The show we
It
just
was
did.
great. And that's why I enjoyed seeing you two talk together. Like, you know, it was
I just
you know,
got 4 emails.
let you two old
Four.
friends like we're going at it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. I miss her. I really do miss her. We used to have great conversations,
Yeah.
truly and honestly.
That was
Yeah.
good.
100%. Mikey's been here through all that too.
Yeah.
She was always here, or I was over there. Mostly her over here, but
Yeah.
we just had amazing conversations always, and we would the live dives. We like to call them that. We were constantly breaking this stuff down.
That
In the
was
Kylie
solid,
Rodney
though.
case and this one, it was a
Yeah.
lot. So I was grateful for that.
That was a lot. I mean, it took a lot for her to come back out too, you know?
Yeah, and I'm
So,
grateful that she
You know,
did.
that goes
and
back to you as well.
Mhm.
I-
Even though I was the wing
I
wang
hope.
in the middle.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Very much appreciate it, Mikey. And
Yes,
I
sir.
can't wait till she comes back and joins us here at the room again. So yes. Ms. Logan, any thoughts on that? The show, what you think, what you thought, what you feel?
I just think we're blessed that after so many years that she hasn't been on a panel, that she agreed to do it with us. So I just feel super, super lucky. And I feel like it was a really, really good show. I think we all got to pick her brain a little bit. I know Miss Kimmy was listening a lot and had some good questions though too. So no, I
You
think it
both
was
did.
great. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
I
good. I'm
know.
so blessed that she agreed to come and hang out with us for this evening.
I am grateful. And
I like
again,
how
I can't.
factual she is. I know there's some people that
Yeah.
are like, "Oh, she's, can be harsh sometimes." I'm like, "That's why I like her."
I mean, it's
Yeah.
like that's how much
Yeah.
she puts into it. You can feel
Yeah.
her energy by how
Yeah.
she gets like that. I mean, that's just how it is. Like if you can't break that apart from that, like whatever.
That was, I think, one of the things that brought us together years ago was
Yeah.
the passion that we both had. Like she was always, I mean, I'm getting there. It's taken me years to get there, but she has always been like, this is what I said, and if you don't like it, fuck you. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. This is what it is, and that's the way you got to be. I used to be
It's the
afraid to be that
realness.
way, you know. And I'm learning. I'm learning
Uh,
slowly. Like at this point, I don't give a shit. But you know, she's real. She's factual,
Yeah.
and she doesn't hold. She holds no bones, and it's just no fear. And I love that about her. I've always loved and respected her for that. So I'm grateful for her, everything she's done in the community, and for all of us, and that she's still here pushing forward with the rest of us too. That means a lot to me.
Yeah, and her community is amazing too because, like she said, as
Yeah.
soon as she said, "Hey, I got this for you, but I got to break it down," her community was like,
Yeah.
No, here's $1,000 right now,"
Yeah.
and that's amazing to have. And I hope someday to be as great as she is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I hope
Absolutely.
that she is able to I know she is, but I'm praying that she's here for the long haul like the rest of us are. I know she is,
I feel
but
like
I'm
she
just
will be. I think her heart's in it, her mind, she's
Oh,
just
yeah.
it's her thing, and then she has a background in this too. She
Yeah,
went to
she has
school
2,
Yeah.
for yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
2
that's right.
degrees.
Yep.
And
You can
that's
definitely
another
tell the
thing.
drive.
What's that, Mike?
You can definitely tell the drive.
Yeah,
Oh my
Just
god.
the way she speaks.
Absolutely.
It's just
it fits
it's
her.
projected.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't realize that Jules has 2 degrees in criminal science.
Yeah.
Something for I don't know for sure, but I know it's that. And
Mhm.
she absolutely, she uses this and she uses this, and it works well together for her so very much.
Yep.
So, and I'm
Yep.
grateful that we're part of that community with her.
Yeah.
Between her and you guys, Lana, there's a few others out there. I'm very grateful for all of them. So, absolutely. She definitely is one of the voices for the voiceless. That's a fact. So, thank you again, Logan, for that. Mikey, again, brother, I can't thank you enough for
Oh, you're
making these
welcome.
things happen.
It's all
If it
good.
weren't for Mikey, we wouldn't have had Kevin Curtis. We wouldn't have had Jules. We wouldn't have had Birdie. We have Miss Lana joining us now, and that is next week. You don't want to miss that one either, you
Yes.
guys. That April 11th, 6 p.m. I'm looking so forward to that too. That's gonna be it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting. So, and then I think after that one, unless something happens, we're gonna do our
I,
thing for a little while, and then
yeah.
we'll be back to bringing our guests. So, sorry, guys.
Exciting.
Yes, yes. So, any last thoughts as we're taking off for the day, for the evening, and for the weekend? At our final verdict, Miss Logan. Any last thoughts for you?
I just want to thank everybody for joining us and hanging out with us, asking great questions. Thanks, mods, especially Bianca and Fizzy on your side and my side, and Carol and Pokey and Mikey and everybody else. So thanks everybody for joining us and being here. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for all the supers and gifted memberships today. We appreciate that very much. Thank you to the panel for having me. Of course, I love this show. It's my favorite show. So I just appreciate everybody. Happy Easter.
Thank you, and we appreciate you. And I'm going to roll through that here in a minute, guys, because there's so many of you guys that were blessing us all tonight. It was amazing. I should do that
Yeah.
before I get everybody's last words. So bear with me one second, all of you. Miss Donna, thank you so much for that. Amazing as always. Appreciated for whoever's channel you guys. I'm just thanking you all. Appreciate it so very much. Miss Bianca gifted 5 memberships earlier. That was amazing as well. Thank you so much for that. Conspiraling, congratulations on I don't even know which channel it's for, but
It's
happy.
over here. Yeah. Thank you,
Okay.
Conspiraling. We love
Happy
you.
Logiversary. There you go. But thank you so much for that. Also, who is it? Nonafin became a member in one of our channels. Thank you for that. Very much appreciated. Again, Conspiraling dropped super sticker. Thank you for that as well. Always so generous of you guys. Miss Michelle, thank you for that. Very much appreciated. Beautiful Miss Bianca, another super super chat. Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Miss Bianca. As always, we appreciate everything you do as a moderator, as a creator, and as a part of one of our families, or all of our families, I should say. Thank you for that. Miss Michelle dropped, looks like another one. Thank you for that, Michelle. As always, 4 hens. Thank you so very much. Excellent panel and combo. Thanks for having Jules, and I thank Jules for having us. Thank you so very much, 4 hens. Why bother? Thank you for that super sticker again. Very much appreciated. Tara D, gifted 5 to Jules' community. That's amazing. Very awesome, Miss Tara. Nicola Moody, thank you. Very much appreciated for the super sticker. Blue-eyed butterfly. Thanksgiving even every goes best friendly best. Yes, very good point, and thank you for that, dear. Very much appreciated. Again, Miss Bianca, thank you incredibly for Jules joining us. Truly appreciated. Yes, and appreciate your super chat. Another Michelle F. Again, do you think the 4 knew something? Yes, I remember that one. And thank you for your super chat. Miss Luther, always so generous. Appreciate your super sticker. And appreciate you very much. Another one of my awesome blue crew. Love you guys so very much. Griffin Girl, I think.
Yes.
Thank you for the super sticker.
Thank you.
Is that like a Gryffindor from Harry Potter? I love it.
think
That's
so,
cool.
Griffin girl.
That's pretty cool, yeah. Voice Unshaken, that was for Jules. Thank you so much for that and for being here tonight. We appreciate you very much. Blue Eye Butterfly again, thank you for that. We are just missing the Custody Queens and Ron. Yes, that would have been amazing to have us all together like that. Holy hell. That would have
Kristen
been,
was in my chat for a little while.
yeah, we might need to look into
You
that.
little
That'd be
bugger.
interesting.
Yeah, that was
Kimmy's always pulling out the stops.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was-
Yes,
Oh,
Carol B. Thank you, beautiful kitty, by the way. Thank you, Carol, for your generosity. We appreciate that. Wild Bill, thank you for that. Love your name, and we appreciate you. Crud Dog, very much
Cruddy.
appreciated. Yeah, Cruddy, I love it. You are so very much appreciated. As is Hollyberry UK. Thank you for that. As a whale, very
Yeah.
much appreciated. Very generous. Kay Schmidt, thank you for gifting those memberships at the True Crime Reactions family over there. Very much appreciated again. Miss Jen Steven, spreading the love. Another super chat. Very much appreciated. Let's see. Sky Blue Eyes, we dropped that one. She said she's going to check for you. So hopefully that helps out and works out. Another Jen Steven, dropping another one. I think she was spreading the love earlier with all of us. So there's
Yeah.
another one from Jen. Thank you, Jen. So generous. We appreciate and love you very much. Another Miss Michelle dropping that membership again. Appreciated, Michelle. And I think that's all of them, guys. And you guys are all of you guys are amazing and very much appreciated for supporting the show. Guys, I think we're into like episode 6 or 7 here, maybe more, but I love this show. I have a blast every time we do this. I love this grouping of us together. I think it's
Mhm.
amazing. I've had nothing but absolute positive feedback on this. Absolutely. Not one negative word has been said to me. Okay. And that I am grateful and appreciate. Okay. And that comes from you guys. We would not be here right now if it weren't for you guys. You too, Bronx.
There's the
No
boy.
worries.
See,
No worries.
He was
You too,
telling you,
Bronx.
Joey. He said,
Yes.
"Yep, that's
Bronx
what's up."
agrees.
Yeah, we love Bronxy too. So thank you all so very much. Again, like I said, next week, guys, same time, same place, same peeps. And we have Miss Lana join us. I'm looking forward to that. I cannot wait. So that being said, any last words to anybody at all
No,
before we get out
sir.
of here?
Thank
That's it?
y'all.
Thank
All
you,
right.
everybody.
Well, all I can say at that point,
The
folks,
verdict is in.
and you all have an amazing rest of
I
your
love that. I love that so much.
I thought it was pretty cool. So you guys have a great night. If I don't
Walk.
see you, have an amazing Easter. Love to all of you. Thank you to all of our moderators. You guys rock. and we will see you all very soon. Have a great one, folks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for coming through to the verdict room where we're seeking truth. Yeah, we're seeking truth. Hey. Last 24, they rewind it. True crime heads go find it. Breaking every angle, every track. Bronx telling tales, keeps us on track. Typically unique, never act. Being real, being sharp, being exact. Exposing every secret in the dark. Every little timeline, every mark. Welcome to the verdict room, where we're seeking the truth. Looking for answers, bringing the facts to you. They break it all down. That day goes cafe seats, working together, throwing revelations at your feet. Oh.
Crime scene chart, they erase that. Put the story back, then replace facts. Looking for the motive in the cracks. Red yarn on the board, then it snaps. Voices in my ear through the week till they hit play. Then we speak. Files on the table, case on the line. They don't just tell it, they define.
Welcome to the verdict room, where we're seeking the truth. Looking for answers, bringing the facts to you. They break it all down. That day goes cafe seats, working together, throwing revelations at your feet. From the Bronx to the world, let it ring. Every missing little detail that they bring. Dropping that gavel when they're done with the beat. Thanks for tapping in. See you next week. Welcome to the verdict room, where we're seeking the truth. Looking for answers, bringing the facts.